Yo, what's up, YouTube? Yeah. It's
Is it
us.
just YouTube?
Yeah, it is YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, it's YouTube, Spotify. It's all those things.
It's all those things, man.
What's
I'm
up,
still going
people?
for that
Party
$100
people.
million Spotify deal.
Yeah, we'll get it
one.
one day. What would you do with 100 mil? I would...
The same thing I would do with $1 million. Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, I would just build more animals, more
Yeah.
zoos, and
Imagine
you
how
know.
cool you could make your zoo with
Yeah.
$100 million.
yeah, all I need is one fucking billionaire to back us.
just a small loan of $100 million.
But listen, I've been talking the last couple of days, Noah, about minimalism,
Minimalism.
about getting rid of everything except
Yeah.
for my businesses, like living in
Well,
a smaller house.
Minimalism's like you only have one shirt.
Not necessarily one shirt. You can have more than one shirt.
I mean, yes, but only one style of shirt. You can have 10 of the same
Really?
shirt.
You can't be a minimalist with a wardrobe.
What, you're just gonna?
Well, I'm talking like T-shirts. I'm not talking about like fucking Gucci.
But it has to be like black shirt. Like you can't even
Really?
have logos.
Well, that's not true. That's not the true definition of minimalism, is it?
I mean, I'm talking extremist.
Okay, so what I'm talking about is not getting rid of the house. Keep the house and stuff like that. But like all
Well-
the stuff that we have, all the like.
all the garbage.
Just not even garbage stuff like my motorcycle and my
Yeah.
trike and
Just getting rid of all that.
yeah, like I want my sauna and cold tub.
Yeah, of course. That's
That's
crucial.
health. But I'm thinking all this like gadgetsy stuff that if it's not business related, get rid of it.
Well, I think that's healthy to
Yeah.
a certain extent. I think you'd probably be more proficient.
Yeah. So
efficient.
my point is that if 100 million doesn't matter to me because I don't want anything.
Well, I'll take it. If you ever get 100 million, I'll take it from you. All right.
Well, I was thinking
so
about it. We can do that.
you can hit us up in the super chat to get us
yeah.
closer
Yeah, max
to that 100 million.
Yeah, we need 100 mil. So hit that super. Yeah, we'll be doing super chats all night, answering your questions.
Yeah, so if you got any
questions,
questions, honestly, though, hit us up in the super.
yeah,
and
Mac's already in the house.
we'll guide our way.
Mac and Uncle Johnny are in the house.
But I think if I had 100 million, I would buy as many acres of land as possible.
How
many-
buy a lot? with
Yeah,
that.
like you could get 100. You
get
could
like
get
a quarter of a state with 100.
You could buy a fucking state
like a quarter of it if you got the right state.
like New Hampshire.
No,
You'd
New
buy it.
Hampshire's pretty expensive. I think that
Yeah.
if you went to
Georgia.
like Mississippi,
Okay.
you could buy. I remember. So I had a friend that actually, there was 1,000 acres. Now I'm not saying this is a good thing, but
Yeah.
there was 1,000 acres in Mississippi available,
Okay.
and it was all woods.
Mhm.
So it was $1 million for 1,000 acres.
What?
1,000 acres, $1 million.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he went there with a logging company,
Oh wow.
and they offered him $1 million for the lumber on there. They would come
Yeah.
in and cut it down, but part of the
Yeah.
deals was they cut it down and replant it.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks that he deforest fucking
Oh, so he
1,000.
did it?
Yeah, he did 1,000 acres. They stripped 1,000 acres, but then
Wow.
he planted the 1,000 acres with trees again.
Yeah.
But that's going to be 20, 30 years. He said, I think he said every 10 years
Yeah.
they could come in and take like every other tree.
Mm.
And it wouldn't be $1 million, but it would be like a couple $100,000 or something like that.
I
But
don't know. It just doesn't seem worth it. I don't think.
I wouldn't want to do it but the point was he got the land for free, got 1,000 acres for free.
He did get 1,000 acres for free.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it was like 10 mil, I'd be like, yeah, you can take it. But I just feel like a mil flat for all my wood.
Yeah, but he didn't care because he lived in Michigan,
Yeah, I guess so. But still, I think they won that battle. I
Yeah.
think there's more than $1 million.
Well, I know
of
who
wood.
did lose is the environment lost.
Yeah.
Greed took over that
I
deal.
was watching this mushroom show,
Mm.
and it was like all about fungi and stuff. It wasn't
Yeah.
about like really magic mushrooms, just
Right.
mushrooms and fungi
Mushrooms.
in general.
Right.
And supposedly, trees suck in CO2
Yeah.
and then release oxygen.
Yeah.
And so recent studies showed that they don't only store them inside the bark and inside the wood.
Mm.
They put 70% of it into the ground.
Really?
Yeah, so just like, because it's all connected, like the fungi,
So you're talking about the oxygen in the ground or the
CO2. I didn't describe
okay,
that right.
okay, I got
So
you.
like fungi and trees are actually connected
Right.
through like the veins or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
them in the ground, the
It's
roots.
like Avatar, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Avatar, exactly. Like you connect yourself to it.
Yeah.
And so it's just strange. Like they just store most of it in the ground,
Mm.
and that got me thinking about fracking.
Right.
And I don't know if this is anything. This is nothing. None of this next stuff is true, by the way.
Yeah.
This is just a thought.
Just made up.
You just made up. I wonder if fracking, right?
Right.
Because it's
It's
just
releasing CO2.
if you don't know, it's fucking the earth.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
well, that's
what
just like
fracking-
a.
It is
it's just
interesting
like-
they call it fracking, right?
Yeah.
Because it's almost like fucking.
It's almost like fucking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was just wondering if it would shake that CO2 back out into the atmosphere.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, why
It's a
wouldn't
weird
it?
thought.
You know, I don't think
Yeah.
it's a weird thought at all. I mean, I agree with you. I think that fracking was a short-term solution for that was to
money.
create a long-term problem.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's
Yeah.
you know, like let's just
Yeah. But I know that we got our supplements coming in.
what
know what I mean?
supplements? Oh, the green stuff.
Our green stuff.
Yeah,
But I
is
also-
mine in?
It's coming soon.
How
But-
do you know?
I don't know because you
Maybe I
ordered it a
got
few days
screwed
ago.
though. Maybe
You could have
I
got screwed, but
I don't know. I ordered off Instagram.
I got mushroom pills, baby. I'm
So-
excited. I
so
think
these
I'm
are
gonna.
magic mushroom pills, or no? They're just mushroom pills.
No, they're magic. No,
Right.
they're not. They're just normal.
So
Like
it's so what's the idea behind like mushrooms are healthy for you? So you're saying
so there's millions of different species of mushrooms.
Okay.
Okay.
right?
And penicillin is from a
fungi,
fungi,
yeah, yeah,
which
that's
is a mushroom in a way.
Mhm.
And so they're learning all these special properties that can help you in your health and your brain
Okay.
activity and just all that stuff. So I got this one for immunity.
Okay.
So it's supposed to help your immune system
Smart
and
in these
all
days.
that stuff. Exactly. And then the other one is for cardiovascular health.
Really?
And supposedly like this one will make your exercise, like while you're exercising, you will have more stamina
Okay.
and stuff like that. Will help
In
your
the bed too.
in the bed. Well, yeah, that's pretty much what it's for.
Oh,
It's
so it just like give you the wood? The wood?
yeah, it's like the night bullet.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
so there's a
buddy.
mushroom that gives you the wood.
I mean, doesn't it already look like a mushroom? It only makes sense. You know what
It's
I mean?
only, speaking of getting in shape, though, I did yoga for the first time ever today.
I did it yesterday.
I know, but that wasn't your
Were you-
first time, right? You've done
No,
yoga.
no, yeah, we do yoga.
I've never done yoga before. Did
Really?
it? Yeah, it's first day.
The first time ever?
First time ever.
How hard was it?
It was tough, man. It
Okay,
was,
so it's
I mean,
real.
I'm pretty sore.
Yeah, and you're sore already, and you just did it today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sore. And I did what's the dog thing?
Downward dog,
I did downward dog. I did the puppy dog or some shit. I don't
puppy
even
dog.
I
There's
don't
so
even know.
many
There's
different
many.
ones.
I don't know what they are.
The best one's when they slip a thumb
Up your butt?
up your butt.
What?
That yoga goes crazy.
Oh my god.
No, that's not real. That
I was
that
hoping
was
not.
dumb.
I
That
know.
was dumb. That was dumb. No,
No, but it was good.
my hips are messed up from yoga, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, so it's all about the health. Is what
It's
we're
all
saying.
about the health. Oh, that. But how'd you feel after? Did you
I
feel
felt-
like
yeah,
good?
I did feel good. Yeah, I felt good. I don't know what to expect because I was a little tired. I was more tired than I thought. A little
Yeah.
bit more like shaky than I thought.
Oh, like
you
your
know.
muscles were like
Yeah, like I was like
shaking?
like
Oh,
kinda a little
yeah.
bit, like
A lot
jittery
of
and
that.
stuff. I would I just didn't expect it to be as vigorous as it was. And this was
It's tough.
mellow. I mean, this was like beginner yoga. This
Yeah.
wasn't like I tell you, there was a couple of these stretches that like I realized how unbelievably terrible I am.
Oh yeah.
Like she's like, and then grab your leg, and I'm like, I can't even get close to grabbing my leg.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why it's so important.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist, all right? But I listen to people talk.
Yes.
And then I steal their information. I share
Yeah.
it to the world.
Right.
Supposedly, muscle tightness,
Mm.
in your one back muscle, whatever, fuck it. It's
Like oblique or
It
something?
it can hurt your health in every aspect
Yeah.
of it. Your mental health, your legit like physical health, and how your body operates. Just like muscle tightness. So, yoga and stretching
Yeah.
is probably like one of the best things or one of the better things that you can do for yourself.
Do you know that Magic Johnson said that he wakes up every day at 4:00 in the morning and stretches for an hour and a half?
You know he's a liar.
Well, why would you think that?
No one wakes up at 4 unless you're in the military.
The Rock wakes up at 4. Kevin Hart wakes up at 4.
Yeah, but I can say that as well. Doesn't mean it's true.
No, but it
Nobody
is
wakes
true.
up at 4.
No, well,
What,
actually,
did they go to bed at 6?
I don't know, but there's actually I read this thing saying that most billionaires wake up at 4 in the morning because that's when your brain is at the highest frequency.
The highest frequency.
Yeah, 4 in the morning, your brain is at the highest frequency. They say. So if you wake up at 4, so I'm just saying,
Stupid. It's just so not real.
you just think
These
it's
guys
made up.
The only person I believe is Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg?
That's the only guy I believe.
What did he say?
He wakes up at 4.
See, they all do it.
I know.
They all
but
wake
I
up at 4.
don't. That's not real though.
don't
Only
think so.
Marky Mark.
Only Marky Mark
Yes.
does it?
There's Kevin Hart's not waking up at 4.
You don't think so?
I think it's a joke.
No, he says he does go work out. He says it's the only time that he has to work out. And The Rock says the same thing. Wakes up at 4 to go work out every day.
The Rock works. That's all The Rock does is work out. I don't even know how he gets in movies. He's
know.
always in the gym.
Well, it was funny you say that. I just saw an interview with him and Emily Blunt that were in the Jungle Cruise, and she was making fun of the fact that his gym has to travel everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
as
I heard
part of
about
his
this.
rider, where literally in his contract, everywhere he goes, they've got to bring this giant gym
Yeah,
and his trainer with him.
I've heard about this.
That's crazy.
That's
man.
got to cost like $100,000 a day. Don't you think?
Know. I don't think it costs that much, but it probably costs a shitload to move around.
Well-
and then to store, you got to rent a spot for it. And
Yeah,
I'm
probably
sure
not that
paying-
much.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's expensive. I mean,
gotta
it
be.
can't cost that.
It's in the tens of thousands.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We got to hit some super chats.
right,
I know
let's-
Mac Lorenzo. Didn't he drop in
Yeah,
first?
Mac dropped in first.
So,
Yeah, that's the same
shout
thing.
out
Okay,
Mac.
yeah,
He said
Matt and
love
Uncle Johnny.
snakes. Thank you so much, Mac. Appreciate you.
Uncle Johnny.
Glad you're doing good, staying healthy. Tiffany's back again. May not stay the whole time. Little one wants to swim. That's all right, Tiffany. We
Tiffany,
appreciate
what's
it.
better? What's more important, podcast or swimming?
Probably a little bit of both. A little bit of both. But
Sheesh, tell that kid to just shut up and
shut up.
just sit down
yeah,
and
hit
just, Yeah,
just hit him a couple times.
don't do that, Tiffany.
No, I love that. I love just messing with people because people are very sensitive. So
yeah.
sometimes I have 2 things to share real quick. All right,
Do it.
So yesterday I did a podcast, somebody else's podcast.
Oh yeah,
and-
how'd that go?
and an open mic. We'll get to that. I'm gonna start with the open mic first, and then we'll go to the podcast.
Where
all
was
right?
that at?
Open mic was in Melvindale, Michigan.
Okay,
aka
the one you like.
Downriver.
The one you
Yes,
like,
the
yeah.
one. It's like my favorite open mic.
Okay.
Downriver, so it's past Detroit, down past the river. And it's funny because sometimes people forget that when you're on stage, you're joking.
Right.
So, I just naturally like to talk about sensitive issues, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I didn't plan at all for the set I did yesterday because that's just, I'm trying to build that craft, that improvisation craft.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I didn't do that bad. Like, and I did okay. Like, people were laughing. There was minimal awkwardness or like awkward silence.
Yeah.
Like maybe just like a couple seconds out of a 5-minute set. So,
Right. No, bad.
so it was good. I felt good about it.
Sure.
And all improv. So, sometimes you bump into some touchy subjects when you're talking about improv,
Sure.
all right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's crazy how people can just forget that you're being funny and you're joking and you're talking about comedy and stuff, and that really there's no subject that can't be touched on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just odd how people
So
do
what was
that.
the subject that you touched on?
You want to hear them?
Yeah, I want to hear. I mean, you got
Okay,
to
so-
now. You got no choice.
Well, I won't say everything I said, but I accidentally bumped into a little 9/11.
Oh,
Just
that's
a little
not-
bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit, and then I bumped into little Hitler.
Oh wow.
Just a little bit.
Oh my god. Well, there's even a little bit of those topics
Yeah.
are touchy.
And that's what I mean, but I was just making fun. Right?
Right.
I was just
yeah.
having a good old time, just goofing
Sure.
around,
Sure.
I got
Yeah. I
nothing
mean, there's
to lose.
a lot of funny things about Hitler.
I was talking about how I think he's gay.
You thought Hitler's gay?
Yeah, because I was watching some like montages, you know what I
Really?
mean? Like, yeah, because he had vans. He was like the Beatles
Yeah,
in Germany.
He was. Yeah.
He was riding around in the back of his car, and like, have you ever seen his salute?
Yes, of
It's
course.
like kind of limp armed and a little like wrist,
okay.
limp wrist.
Okay.
And so I was like, he must be, in the
goes like-
closet. I
yeah.
think he was in the closet, and so we were talking about that
That'd
stuff.
be
And
interesting.
people were just getting.
And by we, you meant you.
Oh yeah, me. It was just me. But the people were into it. Besides, one person got a little, and they weren't even a comedian. They were just
Really?
just
They were
a
upset?
little. They weren't upset, but they were a little offended.
Were they Jewish? Possibly.
I don't know.
Okay.
They were white,
Mhm.
but it was just surprising to me. It was
Yeah.
just like, come on, we're just joking here.
Yeah.
I wasn't even saying anything bad, really.
Right.
I really wasn't.
Right.
I was just having a good time. So
Yeah.
that's that. People are sensitive. And then you go to the podcast. They They had to pause it one time. They had to pause it, and they they had to take a cut break.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, just because we bumped into a sensitive topic.
Another sensitive topic.
Yeah,
Which
so
one
I'm
was
full
this
of
one?
it.
Which one is this one?
Uh,
They literally are like, we got to stop
yeah.
because you can't say that stuff.
It wasn't because of what I said. It was the topic that we were going into.
Was it? Did you bring it up or did she bring it up?
Yeah, it was a little mix of both.
Okay.
It was a little mix of both, but
So what was the topic?
it was about a predator. That's all I'll say.
Like a predator, like
a
child predator.
quote, not a child predator, a quote unquote like sexual predator.
Okay.
That I'm not falling for it.
Okay.
And so yeah, that was my life.
Okay. So they
Crazy,
like,
though.
They cut it though.
They
Did the
cut
rest
it.
of the podcast go okay?
Oh, it was great. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I always have a good time.
So what is that podcast like? I mean, obviously I've done a couple podcasts outside the studio and stuff like that.
It was a good podcast.
You know, so where do they do it? Like where do they do it?
It was in their
like
basement.
In their basement.
Very similar to this, honestly.
Okay,
It wasn't
really?
that bad.
Really?
It was they had a table similar to this. They had mic stands like this. Just a little bit less quality than a mic and then the headphones, but nothing bad for a fucking basement.
Right.
And they had the same switcher as
Okay.
us, and
And now they record. They don't do live.
they record. Yeah, and they were doing music drops and
Oh.
sound effects drops like we could do, but we just kind of don't.
Don't we
We
need to?
we
Huh?
yeah we did that like a year ago, but then we kind of stopped doing
Yeah,
it.
it is
for some
weird. Why
reason.
did we stop that? I wonder.
I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
because
just
you're
so
right. We
much
used to have
do.
that do and
Yeah.
all kinds of different.
But we're
sounds.
working on that.
Okay, we got to get back to that.
Yeah, but
And by the way, you guys are slacking in the super chat, so
What?
so hit us up
They're
if you
slacking?
got.
If
Yeah,
you
we got
got-
nothing. So we got nothing. So hey,
That's
this is
all
gonna be like a 20-minute podcast. You guys
20-minute
don't drop some
podcast.
supers.
No, that's
man.
all right.
No, I'm just joking.
If,
but please, if you have some questions, we can
yeah.
talk about anything, right?
yeah, and we're talking about
Your podcast.
craziness.
So I think I told you I'm on this kick now. So I have like a free subscription to XM Radio, Sirius Radio right now.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for it, but I've got 3 months for free
Yeah.
trial. And so I've been listening to Howard Stern.
Oh God.
It's
yeah.
OG, man. He's OG.
I'm surprised he's still around.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't. This is the thing. When you're listening to Howard Stern, I don't even know when it's live because everyone I've ever listened to seems like it's years old.
Yeah.
So is he still doing? I'm assuming
Yeah,
he's still doing
doing
stuff.
it.
But okay, well he's still good. But anyways, Adam Sandler was
Yeah,
on
yeah.
yesterday. So for some reason I think because of the 40th anniversary of Saturday Night Live, there's been like just wall to wall Saturday Night Live people on,
Really?
right? But Adam Sandler was talking about, and I thought it was relevant to you, was
Sure.
that how he was coming up with like the big dogs, you know what I mean? Like Will Ferrell and I mean just
Oh,
all
yeah.
the big guys were coming up at the same time. Chris Rock and him were
Yeah, yeah.
starting at the same time. And there's like he said that, like Chris Rock had it from day one. He was like he was just like, they were like 18 and knew each other.
Right.
When they started comedy.
Yeah.
And he said that most people were eating dick almost all the time.
Yeah.
He said, but there were a couple guys that just had it from the beginning.
Mm.
But this is what I was talking about you is he's saying, it's like most of the guys that they respected, it wasn't if they were funny or not funny or
Yeah.
killed the crowd or didn't kill the crowd. It was the ones that were just willing to go back and do it again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like he goes, that's the comics I respect.
Oh,
He
I
said-
agree.
He said, because most of us weren't good. He goes,
Yeah.
most of us weren't good. He goes, but we just kept getting up there. And even
Yeah.
if we bomb, we'd get up there again and bomb again and again and
Yeah.
again. And then eventually he said, you get material. I heard the same thing about Tracy Morgan too.
the
Now, Tracy
people-
said he was great from the start though.
Yeah, Tracy's funny. I like
Tracy's
Tracy.
funny as hell, yeah.
I
He
agree.
keeps snakes, you know that, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Wait,
he
he
keeps
keeps like ball pythons or something.
No, he keeps like blood pythons,
What?
Burmese, stuff like that.
Worms. Tracy
Yeah,
Morgan
Tracy
keeps
Morgan.
worms.
Yeah, and I think he keeps like some monitor lizards and stuff.
Are
like
you
that.
serious?
Yeah, you know Ian is out. Ian
Ian Negan?
Nezdowski.
No.
Ian.
Oh,
our
Uncle
friend-
Ian.
Uncle
Yeah,
Ian.
yeah,
exactly. He sells snakes he used to sell snakes to Tracy. I don't know if he still does, but
Wow.
yeah. I guess he told me the story once
That's
that
crazy.
some guy walked up and there he had a blood python.
Yeah.
The guy walked up to him at a show and said, "Hey, I'd like to buy this snake. It's for Tracy Morgan."
Really?
And he was like, "Yeah, whatever. Go after yourself. Whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that." And he's like, "No, seriously, it's for Tracy Morgan." And he goes, "I'll call him right now." And he goes, "Go ahead, get him on the phone."
Yeah.
And he gets him on the phone, and it's Tracy Morgan. Literally like
Wow.
Tracy Morgan, like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" Whatever.
Yeah.
And
That was Scream.
yeah, exactly. So then he But then
What's that?
he went over and hung out with him.
With
and then,
Trace.
yeah, and then
Wow.
because he's in the D.C. area,
That's
I guess.
really
That's
cool.
where he lived at the time, at least.
But I agree with what you're saying because, like, no names, all right? But listen, there are people that, like, only bomb, you know what I mean? But they come every night.
Yeah.
They're there every night. I mean, that's admirable.
Yeah, and I
Like,
wonder,
are you kidding me? Like, wow.
I'm wondering, like it's again, I'm not a comic and I don't tend to know anything about comedy other than just watching. But it's like I wonder if it's a situation where you develop a persona like Chris Rock did.
Okay.
I guess he was the same, like back then as he is now. He
Yeah,
had
I've
the
watched old
persona,
tapes.
but then he just then he developed the material. So
Yeah.
like the persona came first, the stage presence came first, and then the actual like material came.
Yeah.
And that sounds like that's the way with most comics. Like in the beginning, you don't have good material.
Oh, I had dog shit material.
Yeah, and then you eventually develop and into whatever it is that you are.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Rodney Dangerfield. Did you ever watch him?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
I mean, he's like he's probably the hardest comic because again, when you think of Bert Kreischer, you think of all these
I know
other
what you
guys.
mean.
I mean, they do like one joke's 10 minutes.
yeah, and
because
it's like a story.
It's a story. Same thing with Theo Von. I mean, those are all like kind of made up stories, but they are
Yeah.
stories. He talks about his friend that he grew up with the bicycle or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and then there's
But
like
it's-
punchlines.
yeah,
in it.
yeah, but it's just long
with
journey.
Rodney, exactly. It's
Yeah, he
there's
was-
no words wasted.
Yeah, he was literally an hour of 30-second jokes.
He's like, I got no respect, I tell you.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine 30-second jokes, an hour of them? How do you remember an
amazing.
hour worth of 30-second jokes?
You do it slowly
Yeah.
it takes them a while.
Yeah.
Like it takes these pros a while to get their set down. But you're right, most comics don't do that style.
Yeah.
That style that punch stuff because it's so hard.
It's so hard, and it's got to be good. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I guess like Andrew
gotta be
Dice Clay
great.
kind of did a little bit of that. Jerry Seinfeld does a little bit of that.
Yeah, but even like Jerry's are a little longer.
Yeah.
They're just
I think that's what you have to do is
I
like
think
tell a
that-
story, right?
I could be wrong, but I always thought that Rodney's was like 2-sentence jokes.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
they
I
were.
mean?
Yeah, like
Just
yeah.
like one sentence
Yeah.
is the setup.
And then the
Next
one's the
sentence is
punchline.
a punchline.
Yeah.
Next.
Next. Yeah.
Where Jerry, he can do like a few sentences. There's very little fat. I mean, he's one of the best ever to live. But
Yeah,
I definitely agree with you. That's something you look
He
up
said,
to.
so Adam said that when he met Rodney, he said that was like his
wow,
guy.
he met him, wow.
Yeah, he was like Rodney was like his idol,
Yeah.
him and Pryor and obviously
Yeah.
Carlin and stuff like that.
Fuck.
And he said he met Rodney. He said Rodney goes. He said he was like Adam said he was all like shaky, like oh my God, it's Rodney Dangerfield. And Rodney goes to him, goes, this must be very exciting for you. This must be one of your best days you've ever had. Like making a joke of him being like it's like this must be very exciting for you to meet me, right?
One of my friends, Ryan, he was in New York last week or so, like a week or two ago, and he met Dave Attell. All right, and
Okay,
so
I don't even know who that
Dave
is.
Attell is he is arguably one of the best comics out. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, but he's just not
He just hasn't blown up as far as
well because he's such a he's such a comic. That's why. Like he doesn't he just loves comedy. Like
Right.
that's kind of his whole life.
right.
I think that you really have to be in the comedy game, or at least like be a huge fan to know him.
Right.
But like if you know him, you admire him
Mm.
because of how
of-
funny it is.
yeah.
Like remember that like he does a lot of just like I was talking about with like the sensitive stuff.
Yeah.
Like he can make a really good sensitive joke.
Yeah.
That like he'll talk about a sensitive subject, but he'll
I think
just
Tosh
get you
does that too,
hilarious.
right? Like
Yeah.
Tosh can. That's the thing I find interesting, right? Is like one comic says something and they get destroyed, they get canceled, but then other comics like Tosh can say the most racist things constantly, and like everyone's just like, okay, it's just Tosh, that's just who he is,
Yeah, but it is strange. And then there's also the other comics like Dana Carvey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He masks his jokes with characters.
Characters, right? Yeah.
So he makes his characters say the things.
Yeah, characters. So he's not saying.
So he's
it's
not.
like I didn't say it. This guy said it.
character
This
said
guy
it.
said it. Yeah,
And
this
that
guy said it.
works. It's
Yeah, that
almost
makes
like the
sense.
cartoon. Remember we talked about cartoons being
Yeah,
able to,
yeah.
like South Park and that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They can talk about the worst things in the world. I mean,
Yeah,
they had
'cause
an
it's a
episode.
cartoon. Yeah, it's a
They had
cartoon.
an episode about testicular cancer.
Nice.
And guys wheeling their balls in barrels.
Nice.
Wheelbarrows. That was a hilarious episode.
Right.
But it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon. What? Let Roses Burns in the house?
Let Roses Burns back in the build, and she says, sorry, I've been slacking. What? What are you kidding me? But I'm working on that captain's pilot hat. Yes!
What's that now?
Remember last podcast?
She's gonna do a captain's pilot hat.
Yeah, for your little
that's
doll.
By the way, we got her the new shirt. We just haven't put it on.
Should we put it on him?
Yeah, why not?
This guy's been wearing the same shirt forever. Let's put
Yeah,
a
I
new
mean, you
shirt
gotta
on.
wash your shirt every now and then.
we
Mr.
gotta-
Little B.
Should we layer it or should we take it off?
I think you take it off, man.
Oh man, I don't want to see his abs. Have you ever seen how jacked you
Is
are?
he jacked?
Oh my god,
that's
Dad!
that's what I want to
You're
get to.
fucking ripped. Look at this.
Woo! I tell you, I'm getting there, man.
Oh my god, I
could
forgot
tell-
how jacked you were.
I just after one yoga class, I'm halfway there already, man.
80 pack. I don't even know how you did that.
I mean, that's crazy, man. I mean,
That's big money.
I think it's yeah.
I don't know
think-
how you're gonna get this off.
I don't know.
But thank you, Let Roses Burn. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks. Like the captain hat will be great.
Wow, it's crazy how ripped you are in this.
Oh my
in this
gosh,
doll
yeah,
form.
dang. I used to be like that.
You
in real
did?
life. Well, not really that big of that. Never really had abs, but I got pretty muscular there for a minute.
I can't.
Then I stopped doing steroids and
Yeah, once I stopped doing roids,
once I
that's,
stopped doing the roids, I was done.
then it gets hard.
I couldn't do roids. I honestly couldn't. You
Why?
know.
You couldn't shoot up the roids?
Oh, I wouldn't mind the shooting up part. I don't have an aversion for needles or
Needles?
anything like that. But I mean, like I took like some testosterone pills a couple times, and
Yeah.
like it like
Jacked
sent
you
me.
up.
Yeah, I mean, it sent my anxiety through the fucking roof, man. And I couldn't imagine doing it. There's just no way I could do roids. There's no way because
Imagine a chimpanzee on steroids.
oh my gosh.
I guess that's just a gorilla, or I guess it's just the Rock.
Yeah. Well, The Rock is obviously on steroids. You know.
No, he's natty.
I mean, half the
kidding
people at the
me?
gym we go to, probably 3/4 of the people at the gym we go to are on roids. You know.
Well, I don't go there anymore.
Yeah.
I stopped. You know why I stopped?
Why?
Because I kept forgetting that I had appointments or showing
so
up
you
late.
just didn't get there yet.
And so he said, he was like, you have one more, dude. I just can't do this anymore.
Really?
And I just said, all right, we're just done because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you might as well just stop now.
Really? So you're
So
the
I just
trainer's
stopped.
just like, yeah, all right. He gave you the one more warning, huh?
The one more, and I just said, nah, we're just done because
too
I
bad.
just can't do it. You know,
You're just not responsible enough to
there's
keep
just-
appointments.
I don't know if it's responsible or just like you were saying we were talking before the podcast. Sometimes you just forget stuff
Yeah.
because you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And
That's why I do so many notes.
there you
I'm
go.
a note taker.
You're a
There it is,
note-taker.
man. The new Reptile Army
You look good in it.
swag. This looks good. Thanks for that, Rose.
It actually matches the jeans better as well.
Yeah, definitely. Much better.
Makes
All right,
the-
looks great. Now we just need a.
fuck.
Oh well. Now we just need a
RJ's
captain.
down.
That's all right. We just said
Do that later.
We're getting a nice collection here.
Yeah, we do. Did you ever see the pendulum?
I did. I saw it on your podcast. Was it last week or the week before you took
I
it
take
out?
it out every week.
You take it out every week? Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
what to do with it though. Do you know what to do with it?
I don't know what to do with it.
All right, we'll put
You know
it
who
away.
would know is Brother Clint.
I don't think Brother Clint would mess with something.
I don't think
like
he would
this.
mess with it, but he probably knows about it. That guy seems to know about a lot of stuff.
Can anybody in the chats let us know how a pendulum works? I know we got a couple hundred people listening right now. So
Yeah, I think it's you just like kind of
but like
I
I
think
want to know
I-
details. I want to
yeah.
know. Do you have to say a set of words and then swing in
yeah.
a certain way? Like
I don't know.
I don't know because I think it's supposed to go left, right, or something.
Yeah, I think
or
it's like
yes,
something
no?
like dowsing rods, the same type of deal. Like you ask a question, and if it does one thing, it means this. If it does something else, it means that.
Yeah.
Or are there spirits in this room? And if it goes in a circle or some shit, I
You
don't know
know
what it is.
Sam and Colby, right?
I do. I knew. We did a
Do you-
video with them once.
Do you
yeah.
ever talk to them ever?
I haven't
Not
talked to
really?
them in the last like year and a half or so. I mean, we messaged a
Yeah.
few times, maybe a year and a half ago, pre-COVID, because I was going to plan on
Yeah.
going out there and do some other stuff, but I haven't been back.
Because
no.
they're like big into that stuff.
Yeah, they do all kinds of haunted stuff. Yeah, and all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff. That seems to be their stick. Like them and Omar
That-
Gosh now. I mean, well,
Yeah.
Omar's always been like that, but
Well, dude,
but-
they have been for years now, though.
yeah, and they're crushing. They're
And,
they're,
like-
they're doing way better than Omar now.
They are. Oh my god. I used to watch their videos a lot more. But yeah, they do all that stuff with the pendulum, the Ouija boards.
think
they
the
make
stuff they're
great
doing-
videos.
They do make great videos. Yeah,
Great
yeah,
video. I
yeah.
mean, I don't. Were you gonna say is it real?
Yeah, you wonder, do you think it's real or is
I don't even
YouTube?
care. They do it so well that it doesn't matter. It's just
Doesn't
like
matter.
Ghost Adventures. It's
Yeah.
actually better than Ghost Adventures. Like Ghost Adventures is getting to the point where you're kind of just like, nothing's real anymore.
Yeah. That's the problem. I mean, I loved Ghost Adventures for a long time, but it's got to the point where it's
It's a little cheesy.
yeah. I mean, and it is. I've heard the joke a million times. Like they could find a demon in a paper bag. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, like anywhere they go, there's demons, and there's
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you know, and it's like it's just
Yeah.
It's got, and I used to love those guys, and I
still
still
do.
like them, but I mean, I haven't watched them in a while. We haven't watched them. We used to always watch them together, and
Well, they stop even running it
Yeah,
on
that's-
Travel Channel
yeah,
now.
which is so stupid.
They only
yeah.
do it one time a week.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah. They used to be on almost every night.
Every night.
Yeah, they were always like ghosts. Actually, I travel.
Sucks.
That's the problem with Discovery Plus. Is as soon as they went over to that, they moved a lot of their good shows where they just aren't even on TV anymore, and that sucks. Because I was like, I used to, my go-to was Discovery Science and Travel Channel. And because there was always like a ghost thing or a UFO thing or some paranormal thing. Now it's like, you know, Mysteries of the Abandoned every night.
You know what I think I'm going to change my channel to?
What's that?
We're talking about like shifting of horizons on platforms, right? I'm going to do cross-country comedy choppers.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, imagine that.
So you're going to be riding from place to place on your chopper?
On the chopper.
It's
Imagine
from
how fucking
mic
cool.
to mic.
Mic to mic on a chopper.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. At
would be
least for
cool.
a little series.
Yeah. I know. I don't disagree with that. You'd have to do it next summer, though. I think it's going to be getting cold.
No,
here
you're
for-
right. You're right.
Well, you could probably do it still in September.
Just wrap my tires in some chains.
Yeah, just chain them up.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I just feel like that would be sick.
No, I think
ready to go.
I think you
To down the road. Right now.
yeah, you need to ride a bike for a while before you're so you're obsessed with bikes, man.
Well, it's just fucked up that I can't even ride anything right now.
I know.
I don't know why I'm obsessed.
I
Why
don't
do you
know.
think I am?
I don't know. I mean, you probably get that from me. Like when I start thinking of something, I can't get it out of my head until I get it done.
I don't even know how I got onto this.
I don't know how you did either, man. You just like one day snapped and it was just like, I need a bike.
I think you guys were gone when it happened too. I think you
Just
guys
like-
came back to this.
Did you just like find my old book and then that was like that?
No,
like
that
you found how did you find? So I had a book. So you guys know, I had a book on
1950s to
1980s
1980s?
Harley Davidsons.
Yeah, and it's a catalog to tell you how to fix every problem that can ever happen to your bike
Yep.
from the 50s to the 80s. It has every engine,
Yep.
every little piece.
Yep.
And so I found that after I was researching like 70s Sportsters
Right.
and 60s Sportsters. And
I don't even know where that book was. Where'd you find it?
Oh, it's crazier than you think.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so it's been on this bookshelf right at the top of our stairs for my whole life.
Yeah.
Literally, it hasn't moved my whole
probably
life.
your whole life. Yeah.
And so while I was doing this research, I just had like a vision of the book.
Get the hell out of here.
And I was just like, wait a minute. There's a book there. And so I
Wow.
run upstairs and it's right there.
You got to be kidding me. That is
It was just-
crazy.
It's just one of the things that were like, you see it every day because I
Yeah, so
walk
it's
up
like
those stairs every day.
Yeah, it's like a picture in your mind that you
Yeah.
didn't even know about.
It's in my DNA, and it just clicked, and it was just like Harley Davidson. Wait, what the? I grab it up. I was literally
If you would have
crying
asked,
tears of joy.
if you would have asked me, like Brian, your life depends on whether you can find that book, I
Yeah.
would die.
You would die.
Because I wouldn't have no idea where that book was. I didn't even know I still didn't had that book because I
So
had it so
cool.
many 25 years ago probably.
It's cool.
Yeah, in the 80s I bought it probably when it was brand new, right? It's probably like the newest bike is in 1980 something,
and
you know.
you never opened it.
Yeah, never.
You know how I
never-
can tell?
Why is that?
Didn't even have a crease.
Yeah, no crease.
Didn't even have a
Yeah,
crease.
I just bought the thing. I was like, I think it was about the time when I got my 1959 trike
Oh,
that I'm about to get back
yeah.
next week. You've seen a picture of it. I haven't
It
even
looks
seen a picture.
great.
Yeah, so
Like it looks so good.
So I've had 1959 Harley trike for literally 30 years.
but
and-
it's been
But it was like it wasn't very good. It wasn't
Ugly.
running. It was ugly. It wasn't. So we had it restored to original 1959 original.
because it was. Let me just describe for the people. It was this. I'm gonna be honest. It was this ugly blue,
It was.
and it had this fucking cheesy graveyard with ghosts coming on
But
it.
tell me if I'm wrong because I can't
What?
remember.
Okay.
Did that ghost skull have a Confederate flag?
Yeah.
It had a Confederate flag. Right?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah,
but we
that's
never
crazy.
drove
But
it.
no, we never drove it.
We
I
never
didn't put the flag on it.
No,
but-
no, you got it from a ball python trade,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Well, a guy owed me money for snakes. Yeah,
Exactly. So like,
he
you just
owed
took
me
his
the
bike.
money, and I was like, "Hey, listen, it's been a year. Can you give me something? Just give
Yeah.
me whatever you got." And he's like, "Will you take this trike?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, I'll take the trike."
Yeah.
And then it sat in our garage for 30 years.
For 30
I
years.
ran it like once or twice.
It worked.
It worked, yeah. Like once or twice. And then for 28 years, it never was started. It was never just sitting there. And then thankfully, my buddy Dwight, who fixed my other bike, took that, and he's been working on it now for the last 6-7 months, something like that, restoring it to 1959 glory.
It looks
and
really
so it
good.
comes back. It was supposed to come back yesterday, but there was a carburetor issue, so
Yeah.
he's hoping that maybe by next week we'll have it back.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Do you think he would bring that other bike? How long do you think that bike would take? The bike I'm trying to get from
I
him?
think it'll take a month or
month or two?
maybe even 2. Yeah.
Where does he live again? Like
Ohio.
what state?
Oh,
Ohio?
yeah, not far from Columbus. It's like
I
2.5
could even
hours.
make a trip
away.
down there.
Yeah.
Just to check it out.
Yeah, yeah,
Just to hang out. See
Yeah.
what's up.
yeah, and go over stuff. Yeah, with them. How you want it to be. Because that's the thing that's nice about the bike you're talking about. So you obviously Noah's talking about getting a bike. You can customize it to whatever you want. You can
Yeah.
chop it out. You can do whatever. Because right now it's just like stock. You know what I mean? But it's a very easy bike to mess with. It's
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
you should do it. Be
I'm
good.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
What handlebars would you want on your bike? Would you stick with your?
I like the straight racing bars.
You do?
I personally like that. I don't like ape hangers. I know you're an ape hanger
Well,
guy.
I'm not like a. I'm not a ape hanger guy. Like, because those are like the
Yeah, you
giant
want the
ones.
mid ape hangers.
I would like, yeah, like either those mid boys or Anthony and he was showing me them, but I've been falling in love with the style right here where it kind of is like inward.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of like a triangle almost.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
see
kind
those
of
quite a
like
bit,
tuned
yeah.
in a little bit.
I think those look good. Yeah, I like
those are
those.
fucking sweet.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, I'm just obsessed with like this, the 70s, 60s style choppers.
Yeah. You look like it.
There's just, I think
You look like you belong in the 70s.
we're going back in time.
I think we are actually. I think that everything we always do. History repeats itself, right?
Yeah.
Like like the 80s were like considered the worst ever, right? Like
Okay.
now everyone loves the 80s. It's like everyone's like the 80s are great. Now still like the 90s are considered like the shithole. But
Wait.
probably within 10 years the 90s are going to be great.
Okay, I gotta hear this out. Who hated the 80s?
Oh my gosh.
People that lived in it?
No, probably like 15 years ago if you said what's the worst decade? Everyone would say, oh, the fucking 80s, man.
Really?
80s were the worst decade ever because we had all that like glam rock. We had, like the music was all like
I
crazy
hated
stuff
the
like that.
music.
But now all the fashion and some of the music is back in vogue and 80s is cool again, right? And 5 years from now, the 90s will be cool, and then the 2000s will be cool, and that's how it works. That's why a few years back we went back to like hippie jeans, right? The jeans were kind of like bell bottoms and low cut and all that stuff. That was happening 10, 12 years ago. Now it's like higher waists and back to where like when we got into like the late 70s, early 80s, that was the style. And I hate that style, by the way.
I don't. Oh my God! You really think those big old Janko jeans are gonna come back one day?
Ooh, I don't know about those. For one day, maybe
One
those
day.
big goth jeans.
I
Man.
bet the kids are. I'm talking toddlers.
When was that? That was in the 90s, right?
90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Or maybe even fucking 2010.
You think it was? No, I don't.
I think
went
it
that long.
lasted for 30 years. There's like outliers.
Yeah, you're right. I got it.
Because like I remember being young and seeing like the emo kids wearing them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was
And
all
Zoe.
emos, Yeah.
You know, like those kids were wearing them.
Yeah.
They got their wallets with the chain.
Oh yeah. That's
You know what I mean?
Good, man. Now that's never went out of style. Chains, come on. I've never had a chain wallet, but that's never. They've been wearing that shit since the 60s.
I heard a story where someone got stuck to something with their chain wallet. Like their chain wallet fell out of their pocket and they got stuck in something they couldn't get up.
Oh, nice.
That's a bad story, but I heard it somewhere.
It's possible. What did Marta have to say?
Marta tuned in with a little bit of a super chat. What's up, baby? She says, Happy Friday. It is a happy Friday indeed. Thank the Lord. 98 degrees here in New Jersey.
Wow.
Damn, that's hot. Good thing you're by the seashore. Go take a little fun dip. Running out for some reptile feeders. All right.
Well, enjoy
I'm sure you
yourself,
can-
Marta.
She just going to the subway in New York? Is that where she gets her feeders?
Yeah, right. Those are what they call Nutria.
Nutria?
Yeah,
Are you
those are,
serious?
those are rats down there, Nutria rats. Yeah.
Nutria rats? Because they got all the nutrients in them?
No, they actually they say the New York rats are like a combination between Nutria, which is like I think a Central American rat that now is like part of the South, like Louisiana. There's actually restaurants now that you can eat Nutria rat
What the fuck?
because they're so prevalent down there. Giant rats, and that's why they say that the New York rats are so giant because they're maybe hybrids with Nutria.
That
I don't know
sent
if it's
shivers
true,
down
though.
my spine.
Speaking of New York, we're supposed to go to New York.
We
Yeah.
are. But
Well,
before we talk about that,
Yeah,
last time when we were in Florida,
yeah.
Savannah said she ate rat before.
Oh,
Were you
yeah.
there for that?
I was not there but it doesn't
Disgusting.
surprise me. She goes
Disgusting.
crazy places. She's
That's
in Belize right now.
She's in Belize?
She's in Belize. No mask, nothing. She's down there fucking.
She's going to kill
Free-balling
the people.
herself.
She's free-balling? I didn't know she had a set on her.
Yeah, she does. You know, where do you think she gets that raspy voice from? No, I love you, Savannah. I kid. She's one of my favorite people on the planet. But yeah, she's down in Belize doing some croc conservation stuff.
Croc conservation. Now,
But-
with the conservation, are they like hands-on with crocodiles, or is it just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of talking with people?
No, she goes to places that are hands-on, like farms and conservation, places and stuff like that. She's all about hands. She's touching crocodiles every day. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, she's hardcore.
Scary. I don't.
She does go to some places that have like talks and conferences, but she says she's not very welcome there. She's like, yeah, I show up and they hate me, but I go anyways because I don't care.
Wow.
You know her. She don't give a shit.
No, that's the best part about her.
Yeah,
They-
she just is passionate.
Oh man, you cannot lose your respect for crocodiles.
Oh, they're different.
That's
man.
once you take them for granted,
Yeah.
they'll kill you.
Oh, they'll kill you.
I mean, like legitimately, when we were at Crocodile
Yeah,
Kyle's
Kyle's, yep.
Primitive Predators
Yep.
place, when we were up on the balcony or like the little walkway looking down, I forgot how dangerous they were.
Yeah.
I did. I had confidence.
Oh yeah. When you look from a distance,
I was cocky.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is no problem.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking rabbit. I'll feed him right now.
Yeah.
That was like give me the rabbit.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that didn't happen because I would have died.
Yeah.
I would have died, But
Right.
oh my God, they're so fast. I'm scared. Like,
Yeah.
They-
Well, it's funny, you got to really keep the thing about crocodiles and venomous snakes is that you have to keep your calm. And also, so what happened, I saw a video of Jay from Prehistorics like a
Okay.
year ago.
Yeah.
He was in with Robbie Kezi's, I think it was his Cuban, and it charged, and like Jay just kind of froze. And it literally just went right by his leg, like just ran right by his leg because it was going after Robbie or whatever.
no.
And I mean, it could have just literally just went like sideways, and it would have. I mean, it was within inches of his leg, and he just didn't move. He just like froze.
No, is that the right thing to do?
No, you never freeze. That's the thing. But you always have to keep very in control. You got to know number one, which crocodile you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And like say with a Cuban, like at Robbie's place, you
Yeah.
always have to know like where the trees are because they can't get around a tree, right? If they're running at you and they run, this way and there's a tree on your right, you just split across the back of the tree. Now it has to loop around the tree. And that gives you a chance to get away from the crocodile. Worst case, you jump the fence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they can't climb trees.
Yeah, they can't climb trees. They can't climb fence. But my point is, you always have to know like what's going on in your surroundings. The scary thing with Kyle's was it was wide open. There was no like hide. But these were Niles, so I knew just working with Niles in the past and Salties is they lunge, but then they typically don't come very far fast. You know what I mean? Like they go far and then they stop. Then they go far and they stop. So as long as you're backing up, I saw a video with Kyle like a week ago where same pen
Yeah.
and that female where she was protecting that nest,
Yeah.
same nest came so close to his kneecap. I mean, he's got like some balls, man. He was just super calm. And the thing and that's the thing, right? Is if you notice anyone that's really in, like it's, and I'm no way a crocodile expert, but I've worked with a lot of crocs.
Yeah.
They're always very methodical. No, you're never running. You're just kind of backing up. You're kind of, judging their distance and stuff like that. And so, yeah, you got to stay really calm. Same thing with venomous snakes, right? I was messing with cobras yesterday. I don't know if you knew they were here.
Yeah, there
We
was
had
some venomous
Yeah,
here.
we had some cobras yesterday. And like, I mean, the one's coming up and until it gets a couple inches from your hand, you got to just be super calm. You're trying to like just kind of maneuver their spine to drop them back down, stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they get a couple inches, then you slowly set them down and you redo them.
Yeah.
But the people that are scared are the people that are dropping them all the time, and that's when you get hurt, But But yeah,
that's when
they're
you're
no
a snake.
joke. I mean, now I will say that saltwater at Kyle's place, that would have been a scary one, that male, because when he came out, he
Forgot that
charged.
one.
That was the one
that
that.
one? Oh,
the-
okay.
yeah.
I remember.
And literally that one came out and it
So
didn't
fast.
stop. It just kept coming, you know?
And it ran probably like 15 yards.
Yeah, and that
Just straight out the water.
Yeah, that one would have been scary.
Mouth open.
Yeah,
just like ready to eat.
Yeah, ready to eat. That would have been a scary crocodile to be in with for sure.
Yeah, all of them are
Yeah,
terrifying.
but they're awesome, man. I love them.
All right, so salt waters. I want to know more about saltwater, like, because we were messing with the Niles.
Yep.
They kill the most people in the wild, right?
No, salties probably. I don't know which one, but definitely salties and Niles eat a lot of people. Now, whether or not, I don't know which one leads the way. You
Yeah.
know, probably Niles because they're more in areas where there's villages and stuff like that. Whereas salties, I mean, there are areas that salties, you know, inhibit that too. But a lot of salties are from Australia, so not as many people get taken in Australia because people know, and they're, you know, it's a little bit more civilized world.
When you're on like one of those, all right, let's say we're in like a rural country, like a Africa.
Yep.
In a muddy river.
Yeah.
Right, like a chocolate milk river.
Yep.
What are the odds that you're gonna get taken out from a crocodile? Are there odds?
Well, if you were like, let's say you were in the Adelaide River in Australia,
Is that like one that you would go on?
I've been on it on a pontoon boat. You know,
Okay.
You fall in the water, the chance of you getting to land are probably next to nothing, like literally next
Really?
to nothing. Yeah, I mean,
Is
I
that
would
how
say
many crocodiles are in there?
I mean, yeah, in the Adelaide River, I mean, as soon as a boat comes out, there's dozens of crocodiles, and giant. I mean, some are 15, 18 foot long, and they're just all around your boat. You know, they're just there waiting for
Only
it.
salts, or is there a mix?
Well, the other one's only, in the Adelaide, there's only salties. In that area, there's some freshies, but freshies aren't as dangerous. You know, they're really fish eaters, so they're not as dangerous.
Is that, you said the Adelaide, right?
Yeah,
Is that-
Adelaide River, yeah.
So, it's a deep river?
Oh, yeah, it's probably 20, 30 feet deep. Yeah.
Because when we were at the gator farm in St. Augustine with the salt crocodile, he jumped off by using his feet off the ground.
Yeah, now
Can they get the same height
same height
without
with
jumping?
just with their momentum. Yeah. So yeah, and when they're jumping, because I fed the crocodiles off the pontoon boat in the Adelaide, and they would jump just as high as Maximo jumped, but without being on the ground. That was just their tail action. They'd get 8 feet in the air. Yeah.
So do you think if you were just like, hanging an arm off a boat,
You could they could yank you in, for sure.
and the crocodiles, well, I never really even thought about this. They can see through the murkiness?
oh my gosh, yeah.
Is it just like the way their eyes?
Yeah, I mean,
form?
they go just close enough to the surface where you can't see them, but they can see through.
Wow.
You know, they're super smart, man. I mean, crocodiles are next level, dude. I mean, it's like
Scary.
it is. And when you're talking about man eaters,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, remember Gomek, which was the
Gomek.
big one. It was eating people before they got it.
Oh yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
it said.
It said literally that it had been taking villagers for years before they caught it and sent it to St. Augustine.
I think Africa's probably scarier than Australia, though. Yeah, because
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, I think that salties scare me a little more than Niles personally, because salties usually get much bigger than Niles.
Yeah.
And it's very common to see animals that are big enough to eat people. Whereas when in my experience, you know, in say Jozini, Africa, you know, which is one of the highest populations of Nile crocodiles in southern Africa. I mean, there was 400 crocodiles in the lake that we're on. And but there were only
400.
there weren't most of them didn't look like man eaters to me. Most of them look like they'd fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know, but they probably aren't looking at people as food.
But I was just thinking Africa because I don't know a lot of stuff, but I know that there's like hippos and there's a lot of stuff that'll kill you. So in the river there's got to be crocodiles, there's got to be hippos, and
there's actually in a place called St. Lucia, which I went to. It was the only place in the world that you had crocodiles, Nile crocodiles, hippopotamus, and bull sharks in the same water.
Sharks?
Bull sharks in the same water.
Yeah, and bull sharks are like one of the most
Yeah, bull sharks
aggressive.
are really aggressive sharks. So literally you would see bull sharks, hippos, and Nile crocodiles. And it was funny, myself and Forrest, it was like there's like a river. And of course the bull sharks can take some fresh water, but they're mainly saltwater. So it's up against an ocean, and then there's a river that comes off that's brackish, right? Which is partial salt. Just a little bit of salt, and that's where hippos will be in. The bull sharks will go up into the river, and then there's this like marshy area in between. And literally, we're such idiots, me and Forrest. I mean, we literally go off into the marshes, and you can see like Nile crocodile tail impressions all throughout the marsh.
Yeah.
And we're just fucking walking in there.
You're walking.
We're just walking in there, man. Just like walking all around looking and stuff like that. And even our friends, Ralph and Ralph from South Africa, they were like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Are you idiots? And we're like, we're just checking out. And to make it even more crazy is it's a place where East African gaboon vipers are the only place they're from is St. Lucia. So it's like all that deadly stuff. And my friend Pete Birch from Australia, when he went to me when we shot Brian in the wild in Africa, that's what he said. He said the difference between Australia and Africa is that in Australia everything will kill you. In Africa everything will kill you and eat you. So that's the difference, because really outside of saltwater crocodiles, nothing's eating you in Australia. You could get killed by a lot of venomous snakes or spiders or whatever the case is. Yeah. Freaking, jellyfish,
Jellyfish can kill you?
Oh, yeah. They got jellyfish there that urickanji, they call them. They're unbelievable.
Zap you to death?
Yeah. I mean, you typically don't die from a urickanji, but you'll go to the hospital. Oh, and they say it can take up to a week for like the most intense pain you've ever been in for a week long.
And then you die.
No, and some people, I think they do, some people die, but I don't think a lot of people die from urickanji. But, and then of course they've got the blue octopus that will kill you. And they, but the thing is really nothing eats you except for saltwater crocodiles.
I saw this crazy, this fact about an octopus the other day. It's probably a certain species of octopus, but I'm sure it's not all of them. But, it said if a female doesn't want to mate, but a male is like kind of forcing it, she'll let it happen. And then while he is like, doing the business, doing the deed, she'll kill his ass.
She'll kill his ass.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Isn't that wild? Like, so she like,
surprise me.
she sneaks him in. She's like, yeah, baby, you got it. Come on, come in here. It's all yours. Yeah. And then she taps him out.
Yeah, octopus are great. I really hope when we do this expansion we can get a big octopus. I mean, that's like high on my list of things.
Now, it would be in with other stuff, though,
No,
right?
you have to keep them alone. They'll kill everything.
They'll kill everything?
They'll kill everything. They'll kill anything. Yep, anything you put in with them, they'll kill.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool. Now, what kind of octopus would you get?
I don't know yet. I have to really research that, like what's available, what's the best aquarium. The problem with them is that they hide so much. So you want one that isn't maybe quite as much of a hide or an enclosure that, when it does hide, you can still see it or whatever the case may be. And then, of course, they're really good at escaping, too. So you got to seal the tank 100%.
You got to have, like, an octopus expert that you hire.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, I obviously have a lot of friends that will guide us through the right octopus, But I'd love to have like a North Pacific, but those are the giant ones. But you probably can't keep them.
Are those like the giant red ones?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, giant red ones.
Those are beautiful.
But you also have to keep the water like 50 degrees, so you have to have chillers on the water and all this stuff. And I don't think I'll go down that path.
50 degrees, so they're always in ice bath.
Yeah, they're from the Pacific Northwest, so they're up by Seattle, Vancouver, stuff like that. So it's super cold up there.
Are they ever by the shore?
They can be by the shore. You can catch them by the shore.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Just walking around and see a giant octopus.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I messed with one that was probably like 3 foot when I was in
messed with one? What do you mean? You were playing with it?
Where was I at? I was in Oregon. Yeah. Yeah, I got to play with it. Yeah. It literally like suckered on my arms and tried to crawl up me. It was really cool.
Oh, you said it was only 3 foot?
Yeah, it's probably 3 foot, something like that. It's super cool.
So,
I was at the Portland Aquarium is what it was.
When do they get dangerous, like deadly dangerous?
I don't think they ever get deadly. I mean,
really?
unless you're dealing with ones that have venom,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're not.
They won't
dangerous.
strangle you?
No.
I don't know why. I always thought like if you were swimming, they'll like come up, grab you, and then just pull you down and start strangling you.
I don't think so. I don't think there's ever been a case of that.
Let us know. Let us know in Super Chats if you know if that's
true. Is this Matt coming back?
Matt's coming back. He says, snake, plain dog. So
All right, cool.
that's what's up, man. I appreciate
what else we
appreciate
got?
the
I
love.
think we might have a
Snake,
couple more
Dog.
super supers.
Yeah,
There
we
we
do.
go.
Melissa, she comes in. She says, "Happy belated birthday, Amber. Happy birthday, Amber.
Happy birthday,
love you
Amber.
all. Thank you.
Who's Amber?
Love you too. Amber is she
always there?
always watches.
Cool.
Amber Rose.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know.
Amber,
Maybe-
happy belated birthday.
could've
I
made
hope
that
your
last name up.
birthday is. Yeah, I know. I hope your birthday was amazing.
Yeah, happy birthday, Amber. And then Brad Bart. I'm gonna just call him Brad Bart because that sounds
Yeah.
better. Brad Bart comes in. He says, "Sending my love to all of you, Jay, Noah, and Brian. Thank you for the positivity and inspiration."
Yep. Well, Jay is
our
not
pleasure.
on the board today.
He's not on the
Anthony
board.
is. So what's happening is Fridays, Anthony is running the board for now.
Yeah.
And Jay does Wednesdays and Saturdays with me. So say happiness to Anthony over here. Happiness to Anthony.
Shout out Anthony. Brad Bart comes back. He says, "Got my swamp chillin' T-shirt today."
Oh, sweet. I love that. As a matter of fact, am I wearing? No, I wasn't.
Nope.
That was yesterday I wore the Swamp Chillin'.
What's swamp chillin'?
It's
What
a
was that
reptile
one?
army one.
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of like frogs and lizards
Okay.
like chilling out in the swamp, you know.
Nice.
So I thank you for supporting the army, man. I appreciate you.
He's
And-
in
and-
the army now.
Yeah, you're
Thank
in the
you-
reptile army. You're
thank you for
part
your
of the
service.
yeah, thank you for your patronage, your surge in the reptile army.
patronage.
We need it more than ever now, you know.
Yeah. Should we
Things are
talk
fun.
about the? Let's talk about the gecko video we did today.
That was good. So
We're-
I'll probably post it tomorrow, I think.
All right, you're gonna post it tomorrow. It will.
Or
It was
should
on
I
your
post
Instagram
it?
story.
It was on my it's kind of on my Instagram story.
bit,
Yeah,
a little
it
bit.
did, the video wasn't. But so we have
Were you surprised?
I was surprised because I know you told me that
I did.
Big Bertha was a foot long.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. But
She's
she's
11 inches at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. She's so go ahead, tell the story what you came up with, which I thought was good. It was really good.
I came up with this video idea thinking about because I saw how big Bertha was. I was like, she's got to be a
gecko.
foot long. So I was telling you and Mom about it. And then Mom was like, you should put it next to a foot long sub. And I was like, that's brilliant. Because
Right.
like I knew I wanted an
Yeah.
object
Yeah.
that everyone can relate to. Everyone sees a foot long sub in their life.
Sure.
From Subway. They know
Sure.
exactly that's a foot long.
Yeah.
So, but if you hold a giant gecko, it can still get lost in translation.
Sure.
You can just be like, that's a big gecko, but
gecko.
I mean, that's it. You don't
Yeah.
even think of a number.
Sure.
But if you have it side by side, you'll be like, oh my God, I've eaten a sub the size of that gecko.
Exactly.
So I think, I don't know, I think it has a chance to be kind of viral.
I think it could be too. I think it was, so we just shot the video today,
Yeah.
and
Shot it.
it was cool. I thought it
coming
would. I
out
think
tomorrow.
it'll come out tomorrow, and I don't know exactly where. So shorts are a weird thing right now, right? Because there's like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are all like really pushing short video right now.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to. I gotta get back on my TikTok game.
Yeah.
I really have lost it on TikTok, and I
Well,
I
that
gotta
one
get
you
back to it.
posted the other day, I think that one has 100K.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't. I haven't posted much, and
Yeah.
it's
Which
kinda
hurts
like-
it.
Yeah, which hurts it. I've got to post every day, is what it is,
Yeah.
and really the shorts on YouTube I need to post every day, but I can't because I'm posting a vlog every day. So now I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna start posting shorts on Animal Bites every day,
Mhm.
and just see
Yeah.
what happens. Although I posted one today, it had like 300 views.
Yeah.
That channel's a little bit funky right now.
Well,
so
that's
we'll
just
see
the-
if we can kick it off.
I mean, I even struggle with that with my channel now.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just
I
hard to
wonder if you could
revive
do.
it.
I wonder if you could do shorts on your channel, like some funny shorts, like just like something goofy, funny. It's
Yeah.
probably a good way to go for you because you're not posting a lot of videos now. So you can just
Yeah.
come up with some 30-second funny video, whether it's animal related, whether it's funny related, whether it's something
Yeah.
goofy, something that go viral, and just post that every day.
Yeah.
And then you can post your 1 or 2 videos a week that are long form, because I think that's an interesting play right now on YouTube, is to post shorts, grow your channel,
Yeah.
and then start putting content out that is actually, and now all of a
Yeah.
sudden you have 2 million followers because of all your shorts, you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
YouTube's almost acting like TikTok,
Yeah.
with the short game, you can get 100 million views a month on shorts, where you could never get 100 million views. Not now, I mean, if you're Mr. Beast, you can, but for normal people, 100 million views would be ridiculous to get
Yeah.
out like long form. It's almost like that's like the YouTube elite, like we do, like in a good month, we're doing 15 million, 20 million views.
Yeah.
And so when you get to 100+ million views, you're the YouTube elite,
Yeah.
But now with shorts, you could get, because you could have one video get 50 million views.
Yeah.
which is kind of,
you
I'll
make it
be
right.
honest with you, it bothers me tremendously. It really does,
Yeah, you
because
can- yeah.
because I don't think it's a pure YouTube game. When you grow to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million subscribers, and hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, you're doing it through hard work, not. And I'm not saying that a 30-second video isn't work, but it's not hard work.
No.
Because most shorts that blow up, because we've had some that have had 6, 10 million views, they're literally shot on a cell phone, not even edited.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now I'm taking a vlog that I'm spending hours and hours in filming and hours in editing,
Yeah.
and I'm getting 10 times the views or 100 times the views on a 30-second video that I shot on my cell phone. And to me, that's not fair. That's not what YouTube was about,
No.
So I think that what it is they're just so afraid of losing market share to TikTok that they're just like, and I just think, just do what you do, man. You're YouTube, HBO doesn't try to be frickin', the Food Network,
You know what I feel like about YouTube?
What's that?
I think they're starting to stray away from the human, like the average human. I think they're just more so about the celebrity these days.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I agree. When you look on the trending page, it's almost all frickin' celebrities.
yeah, like when even people like back in the heyday of YouTube, some of my favorite times of YouTube, 2016, 2017, was your Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a bunch of followers, but he just felt like a human.
Yeah.
He just felt like a good guy that I just
Yeah,
love
wanna hang
to
out with.
watch,
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
hang
yeah.
out with. I just feel like they're lacking those kind of people right now.
Yeah.
They may be out there,
Yeah.
but they're not on the trending page. They're not being served. You kind of have to find the rabbit hole yourself.
Yeah.
If you, because I know those people are out there. There's this one guy I like, Adrenaline Addiction.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a chill guy that jumps off waterfalls and
Yeah.
and towers and
Well, look at that Theo
Parachutes.
Goff, that guy we know
Theo
from
Goff?
from the Ireland brothers that came to visit. Yeah, that dude jumps off of like
Oh,
he
yeah.
just jumped off like a 75-foot cliff and stuff like that. And he gets like 500 views on a video.
yeah,
It's terrible. You just feel terrible for these people. It's like,
yeah.
and even our videos. I mean, we're down 40% on most days.
Dude,
Compared to what we used to be, and
I know.
and we're working harder than ever to produce videos, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. But I think it's
It's
because we're
strange.
down because now they're serving up all these shorts instead of serving up the content that we're being serving forever. So until YouTube decides to go back the other way, we're kind of effed. You know what I mean?
It's an interesting business model from them because
Yeah.
it's not making them money.
Well, that's the other thing is it's like you can get 500 million views and make
$2.
make literally $1,000 maybe. Where if you had 500,000 views on a normal thing, you'd be making $1 million.
Well, not 500,000 views.
No, 500 million views.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
You can get 500 million views now and literally make under
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah,
It's like TikTok, right? I've got
that's
hundreds of millions of views on my TikTok. I've got one video that has 100 million views.
yeah.
And I've
25 cents.
in the lifetime of my TikTok career, I've made $1,100.
Yeah,
In my lifetime,
yeah.
I probably
Probably
have
got-
500 million views on my TikTok.
I wouldn't be
and
surprised
I've
if
made
more.
$1,000. It's like
Yeah, that's crazy for.
So that may be
Yeah.
what YouTube's play is. Like let's stop
Scary.
paying. Because how many millionaires have been made by YouTube? I mean, a lot.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Probably
Maybe
almost
tens,
tens
of,
to
yeah.
thousands.
It might be tens of thousands of people that become millionaires off of YouTube.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool, right?
That's really cool.
I mean, think about this. YouTube is what, 14, 15 years old?
yeah, 2000.
Prior to that, you literally had to, make it in the TV world or on
Yeah.
Broadway or be a musician that was signed to a label.
Yeah.
Now you don't need any of that. And that's
Yeah.
what Chandler said, right? He's like, we don't need Animal Planet to tell us what we can do. We can do it on our own and reach more people.
Yeah,
It's
No,
pretty
that's-
fucking epic.
it is really cool. Even like technically, we're kind of just like radio people.
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, we're just fucking
I mean,
radio guys.
15 years ago, you couldn't do this. You couldn't.
No.
You couldn't have even nobody listening to you.
Nobody.
And now we get lots of people listening on radio. But
and we
it's
appreciate
the same thing. Yeah, and same thing with comedy. I mean, you can become a comic legend just because of YouTube or whatever.
Oh, I love. I mean, I love the comedy. Like, it's so much fun doing stand up
Mm-hmm.
because I'm literally at such a point where I don't care about making anything or making it as a career and nothing. I'm just trying to be funny and make people laugh in the audience that are in front of me. And, you know, I do a pretty decent job at it so far, and I'm brand new. And, but the best part is that it doesn't matter how many people there are. There's always people there.
Right.
And so it's always a good night. Like, you go out there, even if there's 10 people in the audience, like, that's all I need to have a great time. And it's just, it's such a great experience.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel good on the inside. It's like you're connecting with other humans.
Sure.
Which is like something that we're kind of lacking in some certain ways, because like a lot of our connections are through phones and whatever. Like to be face to face, you know, you're making eye contact with everybody in the room. They're all making eye contact with you, and you're just spilling your heart out to these people. Yeah. It's a great feeling. Heck yeah.
Well, you got to keep that love of it, right? And I think that's what Sandler said too when he was on Stern, was like, all he's ever loved was comedy. You know what I mean? Like, from the time he was 18 till now, it's still all he's ever cared about. Like, he's never thought of anything else. He's like, there was no changing. It was like comedy was all I cared about, you know? Yeah. And I think that that'll be the difference of your success or not success, will be, you know, if you continue to love it for what it is. And then because the rest will come. I mean, I've always said that you've got an advantage because you understand promotion. You understand, you know, you've got the podcast, you've got your YouTube channel, you've got your Instagram following already, stuff like that. You're already miles ahead of most people. There's probably people that have been doing it for 5 years that are pretty damn funny.
Oh, yeah.
That you're 10 times bigger than them already as far as social goes. So if you can put it all together, you know, then now you could, you know, the sky's the limit. It's just a matter of putting it together.
Working on the craft, eventually, like, you know, getting whatever, an agent or somebody that helps me with the social media side. Like, that's the stuff I want one day. Is like, I want a person that literally is like my little sidekick that is like, hey man, like, hey, I created this thing for you to post on your Instagram. Or maybe they even post it on my Instagram, like a little promotion for the story and stuff like that. Like, that's what's going to take me to the next level. But for me to get to that point, I have to hone the craft.
Yeah, you have to hone the craft.
And that's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing. And that's all you can do right now. I mean,
just patient.
Yep, got to be patient and got to keep but you got to keep loving it, which I think you will.
Yeah, and that's why I've been doing the balance, the healthy balance. We talk about balance all the time, but it's true.
It's true.
It's a very important part.
You know, my therapist for the first time told me that
enough with balance.
No. She said I told her that something was on my mind, a new business venture that I'm working on. You know,
she was just
about.
Like, just stop.
And she was first, and she's been very supportive of. She goes, hey, you know, it's great that you have all these ideas, and you know, you're doing. For the first time, she didn't tell me what to do because she would never do that, but she finally said, you know, you might have to start thinking about, like, is all of this worth it? You know, like, I mean, at some point, like, do you need to add more? Like, when is enough enough? When is enough enough? And it's tough because I want to do, you know, these last couple things that I have on my docket. And the thing is that, you know, I think that they're smart ideas and that they have value and they will add value to the community, whatever community I'm working on. I'm being very vague because I can't talk about what they are. Yeah. But And it's not like an overwhelming amount of work because I'm partnering up with people to do the work, or I'm delegating the work out.
Yeah, but I know that one idea that you have. I like that one a lot. We won't talk about it, but
like the down in Florida one.
Yeah. Like that's that one, like stuff like that. Like, that's worth it. Yeah. Like, to me, like. Yeah.
I think we're gonna do it. I don't think that I'd be surprised if that doesn't happen.
Yeah, me too.
You know, because it's well in swing. I mean, there's, you know. I think that one's going to happen.
That'll be a great one.
Yeah, but I mean, that's who I am. I'm always going to come up with things and ideas, and you know, like you with your chopper, I obsess over things because I feel like if I don't try to do what I want, then I'll always what if it. Like, what happens if I didn't do this?
Do that, happens? Or I know with me, like, I get depressed from it.
Yeah,
like, you know, I don't have like clinical depression where like I get like suicidal or nothing, but I get sad a lot if I'm not in motion, if I'm not doing things or juicing my mind creatively. Like, literally sometimes all it takes for me is to paint on a canvas,
right?
Just something literally just doing something like that,
Yeah, get your creativeness out. Yeah,
it will make me a happier person.
Sure.
It will take me out of a depressive state.
mm-hmm.
It's like there's weird things like even just walking in the woods with your camera, taking pictures or making some cool little video. Like all that stuff helps me a lot.
Sure.
And without it, I would be a depressed, anxious mess, I believe.
No, I think it's true. And I mean, you know, it's like I said, I've been trying to work hard on that myself. Like what is it that causes that inner peace, you know?
Yeah.
Like right now, my mind is calmer than it's been in a long time, you know?
Is that yoga?
Even, yeah. That one day of yoga.
It fixed me.
It fixed me. No, the meditation, the sauna, the cold tub, you know, all those things, you know, help with mental, you know, and calming.
That meditation actually like intertwines with yoga perfectly.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's just, because with meditation, you know, you're, for me at least, it's all just about the breathing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, that's my meditation. I don't know what I'm really doing, but like,
that's true.
I kind of just, I've listened to something and it's just, I just try to focus on the breath. So like I follow the breath through the nose into my lungs, fill it up, and then feel that leave through my mouth, and then just try to repeat that cycle for a while.
No, yeah, meditation is always about the breath. You know, I mean, it's always, you know, it's whenever you get sidetracked, you've got to come back to the breath. You know, and even I know you talked about, I think a while back you said something about like when a thought pops in your head, you'll like think about it, like go thinking. You know, and that's called noting. You know, in meditation, it's noting. So you know, when you see something, you note it, whether you say thinking to stop your thinking or whatever the case is, you know.
So one thing I read in that karma book from Sadhguru was trying to get through as much karma in one lifetime as you can. And so like what that kind of means so far, at least what I gather from it, is like, so if a memory pops into your head, okay, kind of evaluate it. Why did this pop into my head? What is here? What is there? Is there something I need to process in this memory that is affecting my life today?
Right.
Was this harmful? And is this creating? Is this influencing actions that I do on a daily basis from this memory? Like really try to analyze and process it. Yeah. So that you get over it and get past it.
It is weird how sometimes I had this happen a couple days ago where like a memory from years ago popped up that really bothered me.
Yeah.
You know, like something that someone did to me that was really wrong. And I was just like out of nowhere. I hadn't thought about it for years. All the time. It pops up and it's like, dang. And I was like mad. Yeah. I was like, man, how can I, you know, get this off my head?
And so like, this is exactly it. And so that's something I'm working on is like, you try to process that stuff and try to work through it.
Yeah.
Like pick it apart, and because I believe that, you know, all that stuff can like add pressure somewhere on your body. Yeah. And inside you. Yeah. And if you can release all that, you become like a more free being or something.
No, I agree with that. I think, I mean, I'm trying to work on it myself. What do we got here? We got some supers
in the building.
Yeah, we got some.
He drops in. Oh, fuck. I know we got, he says, hey guys, I'm getting off work, man. It's been a long day. Pizza.
He's coming, man. We got
I can't wait.
We gotta look at those.
We gotta buy it. We'll buy it tonight.
Yeah, we should buy it tonight.
We'll buy it. Mom even got an ad for one in her email.
Oh, really?
It was beautiful little
He told it was like Amani or Anami. I don't know, something like that.
We'll see.
Well, I'll look it up. I have it saved in a tab.
So thank you so much. We're looking forward to your pizza every single day. Stephanie, she's back into the building. She says, hey, Brian, Noah, and Anthony, enjoying my last days of summer before heading back to the classroom.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. It's getting close.
Sorry for you.
Yeah, it's getting close to that. You know, it's funny. Do you know that next week is, I always know that like summer is coming to an end when there's preseason football. You know, next week is the first preseason game. Next week.
You know, there was a game last night too.
NFL?
NFL, yeah, it was a Hall of Fame game.
Oh, sheesh.
It's like they do it annually.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just like a Hall of Fame game.
Do you know tonight? Getting off on sports for a second here, but tonight is I think it's televised. We should check it out if it is. Is the summer league, And in the draft, the Cunningham is
They
playing.
play today?
He's playing, yeah.
I thought it was Sunday.
I think it's today.
Oh.
I think it's today.
I
That's
hope
what
it's
I heard
today.
on the radio. So
Oh,
I don't
no,
know.
yeah, I believe it. I just did a quick scan, and I know that they're playing Sunday as well.
Mm-hmm.
But,
But
yeah,
yeah.
if they're playing tonight, I'm watching that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Hopefully it's so. So Candace dropped
also-
a big old bomb.
Before, okay, yeah, we'll hit Candace real quick, but I want to go back to Stephanie as well.
Okay.
Candace, she comes in with the fucking big old banger. We love you so much. She
Thanks,
said,
Candace.
you all are appreciated for all you do. Well, thank you. You
Thank
as well.
Candace.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, we appreciate
listen,
you.
without you in this world, the world wouldn't run the same way as it
Exactly.
does.
It's true.
No,
it would. I don't know what it would run like, but
Okay, you know, it wouldn't be the same.
no, of course not. Can't be.
Check this out.
Every person matters.
This is going to blow your mind a little bit. It's something that you know, but you never think about.
Okay.
Okay? As humans, we are all 8 billion of us.
Yep.
All right? Because we're probably at 8 billion by now.
Probably close.
Close. We're all grounded to the same surface.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes. Of course.
Isn't that weird to think about? Like,
Yeah.
our feet are always touching the ground.
Unless you're flying,
Unless you're flying,
Or
but
jumping.
even then, you're connected
climbing.
through or climbing.
Yeah.
But no, that's not true. If you're climbing,
Yeah, you're
your
still
hands are on
grounded,
your hands
Yeah,
are on the
so-
mountain, which
yeah.
are into the ground.
Yeah. No.
Even if you're flying,
Yeah.
you're in the fabric of time and space,
Sure.
which is connected to the ground.
Sure.
It's just
No,
strange
all
to
things
think
are
like
connected. I agree with that.
there's no such thing as like individuality.
Mm-hmm. No, I
truly-
agree. Yeah. No, I agree.
All one.
I've always said that. I mean, even as I become less anxious and more spiritually connected to the world and energy,
Yeah.
is like I've realized that. You know, I mean, like there's times where I'll be like in the sauna, and
Yeah.
I'm looking out, and I'm like literally feeling connected to the butterfly plant, you know, and the
I love that
pond, and
plant.
you know, and I'm feeling like all of those things are just interconnected. We're all. It's kind of like that the movie Avatar, right? Where it's like we're all connected, all the energies and all this streams of energy, and I'm not just being kooky. I mean, you know, even
Yeah.
you know, like some of the biggest philosophers in the world believed in that this inner energy, that kind of energy of the universe, that you're all connected, and not just on this earth, but in the universe. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
when we were at
Which we are, by the way.
yes,
We are the universe.
yeah, we were part of Stardust. Yeah. So I tell you about the stars at Grand Rapids this last weekend?
tell me about 'em.
Fuck, man. Oh my gosh.
Do you want to tell me about the stars or tell me about the stars? But I'm
I'll
going
tell-
back to that butterfly plant.
Oh yeah. So I ever since we've been going to Grand Rapids every now and then, I've wanted to see, because it's rural, I've wanted to see the stars, and for whatever, it's either like I fall asleep early, it's cloudy, it's never so sure enough, last weekend we were there,
Yeah.
and we were watching a movie, and your mom, of course, fell asleep. so it was like midnight before the movie was over, and I didn't even know it was clear outside. I just like stepped outside. Oh my! It was like we're in a planetarium.
Yeah.
I mean, the stars were just like, I mean, you could see the Milky Way.
You could see the Milky Way?
See the Milky Way. It was
Shut
unreal.
up.
And actually, you could see satellites going across there. You know, thing you could follow satellites, and
You could see the Milky Way.
it was
I don't
unbelievable.
even understand that. I've
It's
never
great.
seen it before.
Oh yeah, it's just like-
Colors?
yeah, so basically what it is you see just this like swash that's like maybe you know, just like this big band that's just like all stars, and you see the band of the stars.
Real,
Yeah.
but no colors.
No, you don't see colors.
Okay.
You don't see colors because you just see like it's almost like you see billions of stars that are like kind of just like faded into the distance. You know,
You know
so
what we got to do?
what's that?
Telescope.
Well, I tell you what, not only telescope, but if you were to take a long exposure picture of that, you would see the entire galaxy, like the whole Milky Way. You know, so you it'd be, you know, our solar
Wow.
system would be really. So you just need a longer exposure picture. You
Grammy
know?
has a telescope at her house.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I'm stealing it.
But I mean, literally, so I saw some satellites go by.
Yeah.
So I followed that, and then I did see a meteor
You
as
saw-
well. It was cool as could be. It lasted like 3 seconds. It's just the fire trail, the whole shot.
Yeah.
Just fire trail, meteor,
Wow.
burned up in the atmosphere. So I mean, it was just
really cool.
crystal clear and just absolutely gorgeous. So it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
All right, so go back to your butterfly pants.
We're going to hit these super chats first.
Butterfly plants.
The butterfly plant's good. You're going to check this out. Shay, is it Shay Golden? Shay Golden, she's back into the building. She says, have you ever owned crocodile skinks?
No, so I haven't, and the reason for it, and I've said this before, is that super cool. One of the coolest looking
Yeah, I
lizards
like
you
'em.
can ever imagine. they just hide constantly. Even
Yeah.
like friends of mine that breed them tell me what terrible animals they are. They're
For
like
a show.
well, just for anything. They're just like, you literally just see a tank. You never see the animals. You have to
Yeah.
dig them up to see them, you know?
And
And
that's
and
the
that's
s-
people that are like really into it. Like
Yeah.
they breed them and they're still like, listen, they're just not good.
Those are the
pets.
spiky ones with the orange on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lips.
yeah. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable animals. And
But they're
don't
just
don't get me
always
wrong,
buried.
they're just always buried. They're always hiding. And so, you know, I have never owned them because of that.
I
Because
still
just,
want the sun
sun gazers.
gazer.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still not over those. Those
Yeah,
are really
no,
cool.
those are dope. But they are cool, literally.
Yeah, Shay.
Yeah, Shay. It's super
Great
cool
name, by the
animal.
way.
Yeah, super cool animals. Just unfortunately, just don't keep them because they hide all the time.
Appreciate you. Silver Cash is in the building. He says, I cannot wait to visit. I'm going to bring some pizza pans y'all can have. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's super dope. I just want to see how I would love, you know, to with Silver Cash. Not only do I want to taste his pizzas, but I'd love him to show me how to make a pizza. You know, so I could maybe make pizza on my own.
I want to test Silver Cash's gangster, and I want to see if he can toss a dough with his feet.
What?
Come on now.
That's a tough one.
Just
Have you
like
ever seen those-
squishing olives or grapes.
Have you ever seen the dough contests?
No.
Oh my gosh, you should look it up on YouTube, man.
Dough contest?
Yeah, there's pizza dough contests where people they do all these crazy tricks and like they throw it 20 feet in the air and spin around. They got 5 of them going at the same time. I mean, it's they actually have like a competition, a world competition for it.
I think the feet tossing that's a.
They probably do that too in the competition.
But
They
I'm
probably
just
do
saying,
it.
like, I think there's you can upcharge for that. You want your pizza
you
tossed
could
by feet?
OnlyFans on that one.
Ooh,
Think of the money you'd make on OnlyFans.
we're
if
getting
you-
10%.
Yeah,
10%
yeah.
of that
Silver
at
cash.
least.
You're never going to be making another pizza in a place. You're just going to be OnlyFans in it with
Yeah.
pizza feet.
You're never gonna make a pizza with your hands again,
You're
boy.
never making a pizza. You're going to open up your own restaurant, Pizza Feet restaurant.
Thank you guys so much for those super chats. We
Yeah, thanks.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Appreciate it. So butterfly. plant.
But the butterfly plant. I saw a butterfly I've never seen before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I've never seen it. It was so the wing, it was half moth on the outside.
Okay.
So the outside pattern was actually
Ooh,
different from
okay.
the inside.
Yep.
So it was half moth, like kind of brown,
Yep.
granite-y.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the tip was this beautiful blue,
Wow.
like blue.
right.
And so
Did it have an eye in the middle of it, like a dot? Or no?
I didn't get that close.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because it sounds like
I don't
the
know about an eye.
butterflies that have like, they almost look like 2 black dots on them that look like eyeballs.
It could
They're
have.
like, they almost look like a moth, but I think they are a moth actually. But I can't remember what they call them. I've seen them several times though.
That was the outside. So it had the moth with the blue tips. And then the inside, it was amazing. It was all black with an orange circle
Oh, that's something different.
on the
then.
back.
I wonder what that is. That sounds
It was,
cool.
I've never seen a butterfly like that.
That's beautiful. Well, there's so many. As a matter of fact, when I was in a place
crazy.
called Tembe, Africa,
Tembe.
there was an entomologist, so bug guy.
Really?
He was there from England. He'd lived there for like 2 years, and
Wow.
he had described like 200 new species of bugs.
Wow.
200 new species in South Africa.
Yeah.
That he had already described,
Mhm.
and so he was showing us all his books and all his like crazy moths and
awesome.
butterflies and stuff like that. And there was roaches and all kinds of stuff. I mean, he was
Ugh.
totally into bugs, but
You
That was
know,
cool.
with that fungi thing I was talking about earlier, that like documentary series thing I was watching, they said that pretty much if you spend just a little bit of time in the forest, and you're like taking pictures of your fungi that you see, you will find a new species that hasn't been found.
Really?
That's like,
that's how little have been found.
well, so millions have been found, but
There's just so many more.
There's so many more out there that
Yeah. Do they have a mushroom app where you can
There's
take a
gotta
picture?
be.
It's got to be an app, right?
There's got to be
mushroom app.
If there's not,
Because that's
we're
have you
making
seen those plant apps?
it. Plant apps?
Yeah, plant apps.
No.
Your mom loves it. She's obsessed with it. Literally, you take a picture of a plant,
And
and it tells you what plant it is.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so like when we walk around our house, like all the plants that were there
Yeah.
before we were there, she's like, now, like, what is this?
That's
like we have a
perfect.
plant now that's growing fruit.
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 What kind of fruit?
I think
Is it edible?
I don't know. We
Yeah, we gotta be
she
careful.
said she found out what kind it was, but it didn't say anything about the fruit, so I don't know anything about
Huh.
it. But yeah, so
But I thought that was interesting that the lady was saying that every day there's like a handful of new fungi
New
that are
fungi.
discovered.
wow.
So like all you have to do is really just go out there and this one of my favorite humans on the earth, Paul Stamets.
Okay.
He's a mushroom guy.
Okay.
Huge fungi guy.
Yeah.
Fun guy. He's a real good guy.
He's a fun guy. He's a fun guy. Yeah.
That's so cheesy.
Yeah. That's good.
But,
you gotta incorporate that sometime.
But he's just real into nature and stuff. But where was I even going with this? Oh,
Paul Stamets.
no, yeah. He obviously, the penicillin and all that stuff. So he's just so involved into the movement because he really believes that we need to test more of these mushrooms for medicines.
Yeah.
And he's like, God knows what you can discover.
Yeah.
And like, you could find a fucking mushroom that cures cancer. Like,
Well, that's what
go out there and
that's
do
what
it.
All those shaman down in South America, that's what in the rainforest, that's what they did. The medicine man, right?
There's
That's
mushrooms
what-
and stuff?
yeah, well, I mean, not just mushrooms, but leaves and roots and you name it. The medicine men were, they knew exactly what plant would cure every ailment.
Yeah.
You got to remember, there were no doctors, there's no surgery, there's no. I mean, sure, the mortality is probably higher than than it is in civilization, but still, they cured most things just through nature.
Yeah, just like the show Kingdom we're watching.
Right. Yeah,
With
exactly.
the bark
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
resurrection plant.
Yeah, the Resurrection Plant, which I like that. That's a great series.
It is a good series.
It's a good series.
Shout out Kingdom. It's a
Kingdom's a good
Korean
one.
zombie show.
Yeah, Korean zombie show. Very good. Very well done. I'm going to be very sad when we're done with that
We
series.
probably only got like 3 episodes
2 or 3
left.
episodes left, and we're done. I'll be
Sad.
crying.
It's so good though, Anthony. If you haven't watched it, Netflix it up, man. It's good.
Speaking
stuff.
of Ted Lasso, is tonight's new episode. So
New episode?
new episode every Friday.
He's
It's
got a
weird.
good mustache too.
Yeah, he does. By the way, have you read any comments today? Today was a video about
did
asking
read.
about most people were saying keep it. I mean, there were
Really?
a few people saying cut it, but most people were like saying keep it.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. I
They're
bet you they're excited about
they're
it.
good people. They're good people. I saw that one guy. He said like, I think Noah should keep it. Can't even imagine him without it. I've had mine for 40 years.
Oh shit!
Best decision
He's
I've
got
ever
that
made.
thick ass mustache. Yeah, you know
He's
those.
got that. What's the reptile guy with the?
Oh, that's Craig Trumbauer.
Craig
right?
Trumbauer.
Yeah,
Is he still around?
of course. Yeah, he's
Good.
still around.
We
He's a
got to
good
meet
guy.
him.
Oh my god!
I just want to meet
he's
his
just the
stash,
nicest dude.
honestly.
Yeah, just meet his stash. Yeah.
The guy can be staying low, but
No, he's a good dude, man.
Bring a
He's
stash
a
over
good
here.
dude. He'll drink some beers with you, and you'll be happy.
that's
good
awesome.
guy.
Boss Hams pops in. He says, "Hope Snake King isn't portrayed bad like Tiger King." Well, it will be.
It will be. Yeah. It's not going to be good. I mean, it's good. It might be good.
It will be good.
It'll be an entertainment, but it's not going to show the reptile hobby in a positive light. There's just no way. I mean, we hung out with some of the people that are now in it.
Surprisingly a lot.
Yeah, and in the stories that we were told, not a one of them made me feel confident that it was going to be good for the hobby. I mean, every story was like, okay, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah. It's like so. I think
I just hope it doesn't destroy the business or like the hobby.
It is a little scary because
It's very
much
scary.
like the Tiger King. It portrayed exotic animal people so poorly that there was some legislation that was passed.
I'm not surprised
because of Tiger King, and I think that there's a chance that could happen with reptiles as well. And we already are having so much legislation being passed.
It's got to be a world record year.
Oh, yeah. It's totally world record year, yeah. And it's not over. We're just in freaking August, I mean, we still got, the North Carolina stuff is scary as hell. They're trying to outlaw all exotic animals in parts of North Carolina. And then statewide, like venomous snakes and a bunch of other stuff would be illegal. So
And like,
it's some of the worst legislation presented that ever.
isn't like the only, or like, I don't know about the only, but the best thing to do is like help USARK, right?
Yeah, USARK is our only hope. I mean, there's really no other options, I mean, there's not like there's like another option. I mean, USARK is the option.
Yeah. So
So there's nothing else we can do, and so we just got to
support them.
Yeah, we got to support them and just hope that they can battle. But they are just one organization that has a very, very skeleton crew of people working for them, so they can't fight every law. So as more and more and more laws come up, they have to just kind of eat it. You know what I mean? And they can't really. They're not a very powerful lobby group. Now they are the David and Goliath, right? I mean, like all the people we're fighting are the David, or the Goliaths, and we're the David. So we've got this small, pretty. I think there's probably less than 30,000 members, you know. And,
Wow.
when you're talking about like the NRA has, 100 million members or something like
Yeah.
that. And so we're going up against not necessarily NRA, but PETA and HSUS and I
Yeah.
mean, all this stuff. I mean, the HSUS, which is the Humane Society of the United States, literally has their budget for mailing, their postal budget is larger than the entire budget of USARK. Just their postal budget. And,
Yeah.
and we're fighting them every day.
We gotta get Steve will do it on board.
I know, right?
Did you ever
Yeah.
watch that guy's videos?
Steve will do it? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. He's a milk boy, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
Like
part of. Yeah,
yeah,
he
he's part
is.
of the
He
Milk
definitely
Boys,
is.
yeah,
He is. I've recently got into his videos a lot.
Okay.
Like I really like his videos.
Cool.
They I would watch them occasionally before, but like I like this new style
Okay.
because before it was kind of like more challengey.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's see if I can chug
Yeah,
these
yeah,
100 eggs
exactly,
or whatever.
yeah.
But now it's a vlog style of like him in the world.
Really?
And dude, he's more generous than Mr. Beast.
Really?
Like every video, Dad, hundreds of thousands of dollars given away every video.
Oh my gosh, wow.
He'll just walk up. He'll be buying somebody a car in a dealership.
Wow.
Okay, so he's just like, yeah, let me buy this Camaro for you. Blah blah blah. And he just like it's actually cooler than that. It's like more surprised than that. He's not
Sure,
actually
sure.
like that. But and then while they're walking out, he's got a film guy that's just always rolling.
Yeah.
And then he'll see like a veteran buying a Silverado. And then he'll just go over and like drop 30 grand and
Here
just
you
be
go.
like, hey, thank you for your service. Like, enjoy your new truck.
Wow.
Like, thank you for your service. And then
Wow.
move on, see somebody over there, take off his $100,000 Rolex and be like, here you go.
Wow.
Like, there you go. And then move on. Like,
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I know they're
know.
making big money. I mean, but that's good that I love to see people give back like that. That's awesome. It's good
He's-
for him, man.
it's really fun to watch. And
That's
like
awesome. I'll have to check that out. Because I only watched him when he was doing the challenge stuff, and it was cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, and obviously,
Yeah.
Miguel's good friends with him, so
Yeah.
like they hang out all the time, or used to hang out all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that anymore, but as a matter of fact, that I'll be.
is he back, Miguel?
Oh yeah, he's back now. He's back in
healthy?
the country. Yeah, he's out golfing today.
Ooh,
So
thank
he's back.
God.
Yeah, he had a rough. He only had to stay for 10 days, but it was a
That's-
rough 10 days.
Yeah. I was worried, honestly, for a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's
I was like,
terrible,
damn,
terrible. Yeah, it was horrible.
He looked sick. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about COVID, right? Is that people all think it's a joke until they catch it and get a bad case, right? And at that point, I had two friends of mine, Max and Miguel.
Yeah, you're right.
That were both down.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
like
struggling.
put down. I mean, where it was like
Bedridden.
bedridden for 10 days, or several days at least. And these are healthy guys, these are healthy guys, man, and so it's no joke, man. And it's a bummer that some people think it is, but what can you do?
I'll definitely be excited when this is over.
I will be happy when it's over.
I'll be
too.
very happy.
Hopefully it's sooner than later, but regardless, I think, obviously I don't drink, but I've got some liquor stuff in the future, so I'll be hopefully coming up on.
Oh, yeah.
I had a meeting yesterday, but I can't talk
Good.
much about it. But
But it
it's-
went well.
That's one of the reasons why I gotta go out to New York.
Oh.
I gotta go to New York. Yeah.
Well, just when you do that, I'll
Yes.
come. Let's just book it a couple weeks in advance so I
Yeah.
can
Well,
make
we'll have
some
to
calls.
work around your trip. Yeah. And so I
Oh,
talked
you're
with
going sooner.
Sergio already. Well,
Okay.
we can do it after your trip.
Yeah.
But I think we can wait that long. But yeah, the guy
If
wants me
not,
to come
we can
out
make
and,
two.
and have a meeting about that project, and
That'd be
and,
awesome.
that project coincides with an acting.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
It's like tied together. So
That's awesome. Because, like, there's so many comedy legends that live in New York.
yeah, well, that's
Like-
what Sergio said. He said, "Come on out, get on that podcast." Who was it again?
Giannis Papas.
Giannis Papas.
So, I actually don't know what the name of his podcast is right now because he did this one podcast called History Hyenas
Okay.
with Chrissy D, and I know that ended, or at least like they kind of like went their own ways. And I watch all his Giannis's stuff on Instagram, but I actually don't watch his podcast on YouTube. But I know that he's got a podcast that's pretty good because I watch the clips.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, I'll look forward to doing his. I mean, he's invited us on, so I want to go
Yeah.
out there, do Giannis's podcast.
Yeah.
Have this business meeting.
even Giannis, I mean, like, like he's a comedy. I don't want to say legend, but like, you know what I mean? Like he's getting there.
Right.
Like he's like really well renowned. He's had super viral moments with
Right.
his characters and his
Right.
comedy stand up. So like he's no joke. Like
Yeah.
he's like the real deal.
That's good. I'm excited about getting out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, New York coming, man. I got to get you. But yeah, and
it's
then
gonna
I'll
be
have
so
to
cool.
I'll have to hopefully get Steve will do on board with my project.
That'll be cool.
You know,
He's a real cool guy.
that's awesome.
Sierra Osborne, she's in the building. I'm pretty sure have we met Sierra before? I don't know. It sounds familiar. She drops in. She says, "Hey guys, if you ever plan on visiting the Critchlow Alligator Sanctuary, please reach out and let us know. I live 30 minutes away and would love to see you there."
Yeah, ironically enough, Sierra, I might go out there next week or the week after.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it at?
It's like hour and 40 minutes away.
It's in Michigan?
Yeah, it's in Michigan. It's Alligator Sanctuary. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Pretty cool.
Make it.
And I usually go out there at least once a year or twice a year sometimes. So yeah, I think I'm going to go out there and go mess around. I got to reach out to those guys out there and just David and just ask. I about maybe a month ago I was going to come out. And I reached out to David Critchlow and he was like, "Yeah, come anytime. You're always welcome."
That'd be
And
perfect.
and then it fell through. I just couldn't put it together.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about we want to get out of the shop at least once in a while. Weirdly enough, alligator videos don't do that well, which is weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense
Yeah.
because they're so interesting. But we're still going to go out and do it, get out of the shop and go have a good day. So we'll post. I mean, the best way, Sierra, is to just kind of follow us on Instagram. And we'll post our adventures that way because we don't really plan that far ahead. We usually just like the day before be like, let's go tomorrow, and then the vlog will always be delayed and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I guess just follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, all of us, and you'll have
you'll see the stories and stuff
Yeah.
like that. What do you think? You ready?
No, whatever. We got Silver Cash is back.
Okay, Silver Cash is back. He says, "Once I show you how to make pizza dough, you'll be able to make any style of bread, cinnamon rolls, biscuits, anything. It's easier than you think. It'll be like Hello Fresh.
Hello Fresh.
That's how fast it'll be.
Yeah. Speaking of HelloFresh, I got to film that tomorrow. I think.
What are you making? Anything good? Got a little.
There was like a
potato
Gouda
roll?
burger that looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah,
they
those
sent me
burgers are
3
always good.
meals, and I can't remember what they
The
were.
raviolis,
Was it raviolis?
maybe.
Oh,
I don't know. A little
I
pasta
don't know.
fagioli.
I'm not sure. Well, whatever it is, I'm going to do something, but I'll probably have to film that tomorrow.
Thanks again, Silver Cash.
Yeah, thanks again, Silver
Man,
Cash. Can't wait.
he's really
We'll get
hyping
that-
it up. I mean,
Yeah.
is he going to live up to this hype?
I think I think we're going to be blown away by Silver Cash. To be
Really?
honest with you, I do. I
is
think.
he bringing truffles?
Ooh, truffle oil.
You know what I
maybe? A
mean?
little
Like
bit of
truffle, like a little bit of truffle.
Oh,
I never
shit.
had truffle. Truffle
I
butter.
hear it's very overpowering, is what I hear. I've never
Really?
had truffle. I've had truffle butter too, but that's it. And truffle
Yeah.
oil, but
They make that truffle sauce, that hot sauce truffle.
really?
I know that Greg Barrett's big. He's huge in it. Like, he
Really?
carries it in his back
Oh
pocket.
yeah, that
like,
dude's a foodie, man.
and he
He's
like
a foodie.
pours on everything.
Yeah, he likes that shit on everything.
Yeah.
He puts that shit on everything.
Even sex.
Exactly.
Ugh.
It heats it up, man. Heats it
Imagine
up.
that. That's someone
heats it up.
bringing out a bottle and pouring. Never mind.
Oh,
Ugh.
that
nasty.
would be bad. So,
That's nasty.
but no, I think he's going to live up. I think he's going to kill us with the pizza. I think we're going to have a
I
good
hope so.
time, and we're going to have. I'm
Fresh
trying to
pep?
think where do we put the fire grill or the pizza after that? Like we got to have a place in our patio, right?
Oh, you're gonna leave it at home?
Well,
Yeah.
we can't leave it here.
Just right by the fucking lawn chairs back there? Just
No, I could have a
on lunch
pizza.
break, people making
No.
pizzas?
I think we got to have Silver Cash come to the house and cook.
Okay.
You know, that's
Yeah.
what I think.
Yeah,
I don't
put
think
it by
he
the
wants
Barbie.
to cook here at the Reptarium, for
Yeah.
gosh sakes.
Put it by the Barbie.
Yeah.
Just have like a little combo.
I always wanted
deal.
to have an outdoor kitchen. Here I go back to the minimalist thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want an outside kitchen
That's what I'm saying. It's
with
not
some
happening.
with some gold,
And Gouda.
gold lace, whatever.
Gold lace lingerie. No,
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's not happening. The
It's not
minimalist,
happening,
it's
damn
not
it.
happening. There's no
I
way.
want it to be. I want it.
Look at this room. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're not minimalist. We got toys, we got pendulums, globes.
But I
like-
think that well, speaking of it, the table guys are coming back. I think like next
yeah?
week.
They're bringing another table?
Yeah, they're bringing us something. Not
Really?
like a table for here, but I think for out there.
Perfect.
And they said they're bringing some other gifts too.
I love it.
So I'm
Love it.
excited. I
That's a
think it's
gift.
next week or the week after they come out.
That sounds great.
So they're cool. So
Let's
yeah.
hit this super, and then I think we're about done here. Smiling Prophet, he says, you need Egyptian tortoises and try Dracovolans.
Draco volans. I don't even know what that is. Draco volans.
You want to, Anthony? Could you Google that for us, please?
Can you Google Draco volans?
Just a little bit of the Draco volans.
Draco
volans.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Okay, it looks like a little knoll, in my opinion. Oh, it's the
they're flying lizards. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the problem with those in in captivity, they can't fly, right?
They don't fly. Yeah, they don't have a
like-
big enough cage to fly.
Yeah, because they're flying from tree to tree.
They look really cool though.
What the fuck is that one? Click the one to the right. Yeah, it's got like what?
That's got to be Photoshopped.
That's fake, no?
Yeah, because that's that's a basilisk, a collared lizard,
A
and
bat.
then a bat all mixed together is what
How
it is.
cool would that
Because there's
be?
collared lizard stuff in there. You can see
Right.
the collared lizards, the bat.
Jesus.
Then you've got the Jesus lizards, the basilisk plumes, and then of course you've got the bat wings. So
You can't lie.
So
That
those,
would be
yeah,
sweet.
that'd be sweet, but that's bullshit. That's
That's
no
awesome.
Dracofolans.
Well, if there's no more super chats, I think I'm ready. I'm about
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
This has
yeah,
been a good
let's go.
time.
Yeah.
No
Let's
no
go.
need to.
There's a couple
Oh
more, though.
shit, we got
There's
a couple more though. Mr. Simpleman, he's in the building. Hope you all are having a great night. We are definitely having a great night, and we're about to have a better night.
Yeah, thank you so much, Simple
Once
Man.
we eat some pizza.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Simple Man, Silver Cash. Love you guys. Silver Cash is back. He says I can cook a pizza in a campfire, bitch. So it should be awesome.
He's cocky if nothing else.
He
Man.
is.
He's believing in
He
himself,
said in a
man.
campfire.
Yeah, I believe him. I believe in Silver Cash. He's got that confidence, man. He's got that
Can't
swagger,
wait.
man.
I can't even
He's got that
imagine.
pizza swagger.
I can't even imagine
Top
what the sky
100.
looks like.
I don't know. That I don't know.
I'm
I
excited.
mean, he has an icon. I can't see it though.
I'm excited though.
But yeah, it's crazy. So
I'm over the moon for this.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. So
All right, thank
cool.
you guys
Yeah.
so much for watching. Don't forget tomorrow, Snake Talk.
Yep,
You
we'll
and
be here.
Jay.
We'll be here at 5, man.
Being 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you enjoyed, subscribe,
Yep.
like the video.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, man, and we'll see you in the
Yeah,
next one.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Peace.
it. Had fun.
Thanks
See ya.
for loving
Bye.
the super chats, guys. Love you.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Good. It's good shit, man. That went good.
That was a fun one.
That was a good one.